it's time to get stuck into game one of the grand finals here of DreamLeague Season 23. It's Gaimin Gladiators up against Team Falcons.
Hell yeah.
And as the panel was saying, Fog, these two, they met up the other day and it didn't go too great for Falcons. They got stomped 2 times back to back. Are things going to be a little bit different today?
Perhaps, but Gaimin, they've got a lot of comfort heroes.
They got the good stuff.
And some broken ones as well in the patch too. We've seen Clinks, he literally shreds anybody in seconds. Quinn is on his Lash, amped up from the Dark Willow Brambles. Lots of physical damage coming out from Falcons, of course, to be able to go and pierce through these heroes and try to burst them quickly. So Gaimin, they finished their draft with an Underlord to try to, reduce that damage that's going to be coming out with the Atrophy Aura, but also having extra control, Firestorm to start some of this aggression from the DK and Slardar.
Oh, they've completely surrounded Amar here.
Begins.
I mean, let's see if Seller's going to be able to get the setup. He's in with the battery assault, trying to get in with the body blocks as well. Amar caught in the brambles. It's going to be first blood. Goes the way of Tofu.
Super prepared for that one. Even a very early aggressive ward being placed in on the high ground there so they can see everything. So Celery, a very good wraparound. Did he drop the GLHF right after the kill?
Celery always has a giggle. He does this a few times. If they get first blood, he'll drop the GLHF after. It's a good little bit of banter.
So I don't know. I'm torn because I know the panel really liked Falcons. I think their draft is absolutely super strong. It's very comfort, but I think Gaimin has probably a little bit more of the heroes that got buffed in this patch overall. I think it is going to come down a lot to lanes and how these will go down to see how the snowball comes out. If Gaming's able to get that snowball going, or if Falcon's going to be able to respond, as we see us go through the facets, of course. Same one we've seen every single time on the Lash.
Yeah, nice and simple. Just you're gonna get free mana. Basically, when you go for those attacks on any unit that has mana itself. Yeah, I don't think in terms of the facets, are we having anyone choosing any of the facets that we've not really been seeing be usually selected on these heroes so far?
No, not really. It's just we haven't seen Underlord so much, but he took the Necro book. So just to point that one. Oh, did he? Or did he switch it back again?
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, he switched it right at the end. Apologies.
Oh, he doesn't have the boys.
Okay, so no boys, but
no
he's
boys
got
that the panel was excited to see. I mean, this is the more exciting one. This is a cleave.
Yeah.
The way it scales up, not in terms of the distance. Right.
Yeah,
so the more stacks you get in with the Atrophy Aura, you're going to be hitting these cleaves that, I mean, I haven't tested it. I don't know how big it gets, but I'm guessing it could get pretty crazy.
Like I said, I haven't tested it either, to be honest, so not too sure. But overall, like the nature of the hero with what he wants to do is he's good versus the DK, good versus Slardar, and he provides extra catch and damage reduction versus Weaver physical.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if Falcons do
Tofu, he used Shadow Realm already. This looks pretty dead.
Brambles to rely on, but indeed that's not going to hold them back. They'll be able to take him down. Falcons themselves a kill on the board. But yeah, this top lane, Dyrachyo on the Clink, Celery on the clock. We heard Celery talk about it in the interview the other day as well. He wasn't hiding it at all.
No.
They feel that this is probably one of the strongest lane duos in the game, in the patch right now. Falcons obviously let them have it, so, and it's no surprise the Gaimin Gladiators picked this. So you've got to imagine that Falcons, with their plan, with their draft, they have an idea of what to do against this Clings.
Absolutely. I mean, the Slardar is definitely, or does seem like a pretty cool answer, of course, right? Being able to Corrosive Haze him, you can stick on him pretty easily. And especially in laning phase, if you get on top of him, it's very likely you're just going to get the kill early. That being said, though, Clinks also now provides miss rate per attack, too. So we'll have to see if that maybe causes a bit of a difference versus the Slardar or not. Some banter between the teams, of course.
Indeed. As hopefully the internet holds out. It should be good. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Has been fine for the majority of yesterday and today.
Yep. Yeah, there's going to be lots of pauses. So quickly talk about a little bit of these lane stuff.
Discord, not an internet problem. The internet's fine. Everything's going to be okay. Do not panic.
First few waves looking quite good for Falcons. The bottom lane in particular, this one does feel like it's going to be very strong. These double range being able to spam. And the Shikuchi slow. I know Fiora was talking about a bunch how much he likes how good Weaver does feel because of this with the innate Geminate as well. So overall, being able to harass down here versus Tofu could work out pretty nicely. And Tofu and Ace, that is, especially with Tofu giving up that kill early on. We're in for such a treat, though. These two teams, as we've seen, a little bit more speed, of course, from Gaimin Gladiators, a bit more slowdown, but Falcons,
that's the thing.
They make it work a lot of the times that they're slowing down.
And talking in terms of speed, with these two drafts, if one of the teams was to get ahead early, is there a lineup that there actually could be a world where they can close up a game pre-30 minutes with the heroes that they have.
I mean, either one, honestly.
Just honestly,
either one.
Either one could if they get ahead.
If they get ahead, it can be. It could be a snowball factor. We've seen how much the DK can do now. I'm sure a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, we got a new patch," and everyone's thinking, "DK, how boring." But DK is actually pretty cool now with the way
a little bit different,
like how much damage he can actually do. We're seeing a different approach from Malrine, at least in the laning phase this time. 2 points in Breathe Fire to secure CS versus the ranged hero rather than the Worm's Wrath. But we'll see that Worm Wrath, of course, being leveled up. And the damage you get on your Dragon Form is pretty crazy. Your right clicks are through the roof. So with Slardar's minus armor, with Weaver's minus armor and stuff, I'm looking forward to see how much this DK is going to do. Because he also, of course, provides, you know, minus armor. And so far, Marlene having a great time in the mid lane versus Quinn.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing these DKs do this right against some of these heroes that
Too good.
you feel might have a bit of a decent chance against them, but yeah, the good DK players, they pretty much always come out on top of the matchups.
Yeah, I think we've seen it mostly just, versus that Razor, of course, but yeah, versus the Lesh, even then. Malrine full HP, constantly poking Quinn and messing with him a bit too, and just hitting him back. No risk of dying until later on here for Malrine. We're definitely going to see rotations, though. Level 6, he can die. A Bramble plus the Pulse Nova from Quinn. So we'll have to see Falcons make rotations around mid. They didn't. That's actually one of the things I did want to talk about yesterday. They didn't really help Malrine much in the first 6 minutes in the 2 games that we got to see. So I want to see them make those rotations to mid, because you know that Gaming is going to look to play around Quinn.
Crip trying to step up there off the back of the bushwhack. You see both teams on this top lane with their duos, not afraid to fight. Very much a case of, you know, Celery gets in with the battery assault and cogs to try and set up onto someone like Amar. Amar will happily stand his ground and start trading back.
Yeah, crit too. This is nice. The new innate for the Hoodwink, being able to trade hits a little bit easier with something like the Clinks, since you just have the built-in redirect chance to the trees. He's actually able to absorb a good amount of damage up here too, so Mars farm is very nice right now versus this Clock Lynx. Skitter already with the Falcon Blade finished up. Off to a hot start. But is catching up in CS. 21-5. A couple more denies here up on Skeeter, but...
And I'd imagine on this bottom lane, once he starts to get levels, does it get a bit easier for him to sort of get the denies against Skeeter? Or does Skeeter with these early items, as you say, with the farm that he's had, never really feel the pressure of, you know, scenarios where he gets left 1v1 against an Underlord?
Should be a little bit easier. Crit steps up a bit far this time. He's got a big wand, but it's not enough.
Yeah, they've got him. And they might be able to threaten him. Might quite be able to kill him. But...
Dude, Clockwork. This hero does so much damage now. Just a little bit extra that you do provide. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, out of all the cores, though, still slightly slower start to the game here for Duracho. Yeah. Getting involved in the action, of course, but having as easy of a time farming up there against Amar on the Slardar.
And here we get the rotation. So Amar does have to be careful not to get ganked here up top, but mid, we're seeing the surround coming out from Falcons. Already looking to play around the DK level 6. Quinn, not quite 6 yet, so could just get popped if he does step up. Let's see the rune. He has it 6, but he's
a nice one.
It's a nice one.
Amplified damage straight away. Marine's going to try and get something going with that. There'll be an immediate shadow round TP out.
But this tower is in jeopardy.
That's going to do a lot of damage here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A fortification, but in terms of resources, Gaimin Gladiators, who can they afford to?
They have to bring the 2 supports.
Bring over here.
They got to bring the 2 supports and the Lash if you want to try to hold onto this tower.
Celery's here. Ready to back up Quinn, but indeed with this amplified damage rune, this tower's dying very, very fast.
They glyph the wave even.
I mean, and there we go. I mean, they'll get the deny at least, but still 6.5 minutes in, losing the tier 1 tower here to the first ult of the Dragon Knight. Marini's going to be able to pick up a kill as well. Gets in on top of Celery. Crit with the kill secure.
So much damage. 3 points in Breathe Fire. Wisdom Runes. Falcon sneaking. They should be able to claim both.
Skeeter's going to get it.
You could tell that they've already, like, the early game just looks so different from what we saw the other day from Falcons.
Quick tower, objective based, and giving themselves a much better shot than we saw in the openings against Gaimin Gladiators in the previous series when they met.
I'm toying with you.
Celery. TP's top and might just die instantly.
I think he is instantly dead by the looks of it. Mars in. Things continuing to look up here for Falcons in this early game.
These lanes definitely going to cause a bit of a snowball with Malrine now opening up mid lane so early. Can look to make early moves, especially look to pressure top. There's the Skeeter early rotation that we see most games. These lanes have gone very well for them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dragon form online.
Dire's
See what
top
Malrine
tower
looks to
is
go.
under
Power rune in
attack.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think sort of is going to be the priority for Malrine? Is it holding on to his own tier 1 tower, or is it just continuing to pressure some of Gaimin Gladiators' side lane towers and trying to get more active?
Pressure, baby. When you've got this type of lead, we've seen how much damage this hero does. I
Crip.
would imagine he's going to pressure.
He's got the setup. They've got the Dragon Tail stun to follow up. Celery, he's gone. So much damage here between the two of them. Malrine and Crit, they could team up and take down anyone right now. Bottom lane, AC has to TP away.
Tower is under attack.
Falcons really starting to begin this sort of lane domination across the map here. 8 minutes in, and Gaimin Gladiators got to come up with something soon if they want to try and slow this down. We'll have the smoke come out now from Quinn and Tofu.
They still have pretty good farm, at least on the 3 cores. We do see that the Clinks is tied up with the Weaver. And these two do dish out an insane amount of damage. This Willow plus Lash, whoever they get on.
Chris, he is absolutely prepared for that. Dodges the bramble, turns and holds back the two of them. They don't stand a chance of setting up on Crit.
I mean, beautifully done, really.
Uh-oh.
Does seem like we are having a bit of lag for both sides here. Snaking instant. I feel like this team uses... Falcons and Gaming probably use these gates the best out of anybody, especially in the early game. I swear we see the carries and the supports just constantly using it in the pre-10 minutes. Looking to continue this pressure here. Clinks, as we said, catching up, but Lash Quinn 700 behind the DK right now.
Is victory.
What's he saying?
Slaughter.
Is he trying to say maybe that the Slaughter is lagging it or something? Or
He just,
no,
Mark
it's
just
Slaughter.
Slaughter. Just getting into the role of the hero.
Yeah, role playing.
Slaughter. Gaimin Gladiators not finding that successful move that they were hoping for with these two.
Not quite yet. 6 soon to be hit on the clockwork, and now they do have Fiend's Gate. So for Falcons, have to always remember that Fiend's Gate can come into play. Don't overplay your hand so that you don't get outnumbered. So far, they haven't done that at all. They've been playing very careful with the way that they pressure. And soon a Blink Dagger on the Slardar. So double Blinks are going to be very early for the side of Falcons. And for Gaming,
yeah,
their initiations can come natural from a clockwork in a way, but it's going to be easier for Falcons to pressure with those 2 Blinks that are coming this early. Yeah, they're both pretty much there. 400 for Malrine.
Another tower gone. Falcons continue to do whatever they want right now.
And look at Amar. Amar the selfless. He bought the smoke even for his team.
In the mid, Malrine's starting to scare off Quinn and Celery from getting the chance to put any sort of damage onto the Falcons tier 1 mid.
Does so much damage.
And Quinn, he comes in with the rotation, he's able to steal the Arcane Rune, and he's going to be able to take Quinn's life as well. Crit, once again with the kill secure, killing spree. A Crit on his Hoodwink.
They're bringing it to Quinn. It's the flip around, right? Just like we saw from yesterday from Gaming, bring it to Malrine.
This is fast.
Falcons making all the right moves to pressure this Lash. Yep, there's the Blink too, so things can accelerate a lot here for the side of Falcons.
I mean, how did Gaimin deal with Falcons just sort of running at them and soon jumping at them this early on in the game, just 10 minutes in?
They just have to be in position, prepared, but it can be difficult. Snay using the Kobold a little bit there to try to block the hook, it looked like. Farming an aggressive position. Gonna look to make a move.
Okay. Quinn tried with Tofu before with the smoke. This time he's going to try with Celery.
Celery's got the 6. Tofu not quite there yet.
Can they catch and kill the Weaver though? Skeeter's kind of tricky.
Not the easiest by any means.
This is a good opportunity.
Not with the hook shot not connecting, that's for sure. Skeeter's easily going to be able to walk this one off. So again, moments in which Gaimin Gladiators aren't quite able to find any of these plays that they go hunting for.
And for Falcons, it's like as you said, much easier for them to jump and just pick a target to kill with these 2 Blinks. Gaming has to land the hook shot at this point, it feels like, to get a kill this early until they get some more levels or some more items. Tofu still not quite 6 too, because of that Wisdom Rune that ended up happening.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom lane.
And here comes Malrine. Lots of TPs coming
There's
forward.
an ace. He's trying to put some pressure on Askeeta, but the backup comes in immediately, and Amar's there ready to cancel the TP and take him down.
Playing so well this early game. It's crisp. Gaimin now getting caught a few times, trying to make any type of any small aggressive move. It's just been met perfectly here so far from the mid. Falcons.
Gonna try and deal with Crit. Now get him with the hook shot. Crit will try and jump away with the sharpshooter, and I tell you what,
he gets away.
He's actually gonna get away for the
here
three.
Comes the
That's ridiculous. And now with the backup, they jump forward with the crush. They're in on top of Quinn. He's actually able to get the acorn shot, the hook, the bushwhack off. Crit, he's still alive. Finally, he falls, but he did everything that the team needed there. He survives long enough.
And Ace came in.
Turnaround. They're gonna kill off Ace.
Oh boy.
I mean, a brilliant death really from Crit. He did everything there.
That was beautiful. And Ace just comes into his death.
Look at this again.
I feel like
this is just after where he was able to avoid the three of them killing him. And then on low HP, healing up, he comes back in, makes sure that he can offer up that extra bit of catch to ensure that they kill Quinn. And Celery's having to spend a lot of time hitting onto him to try and take him down. It gives the rest of the team all the time in the world to clean up and keep the advantage here, Falcons.
I feel like Gaimin keeps trying to make these aggressive moves, and Falcons is just so ready for it. They're instantly TPing with 2-3 heroes, or just there in position already. Yep. The swing was already coming from bottom lane as they made the move onto Crit.
Duracha.
He's gonna have his work cut out for him.
With a hook shot to snaking, it should be a very dead Crystal Maiden.
Good grab. How's his farm looking? How close is he to his death? So he is pretty close. But playing versus some tanky heroes, in particular Slardar, who went the Brine Guard as well too, so he's gonna have extra armor. A DK and a Slardar with that. It's gonna be a lot stronger versus the Clinks when he gets his timing online. And Falcons, the ones dictating the pace very nicely here so far with their reacting plays to Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, and Amar with the gold that he was getting from those kills as well. He's insanely farmed.
Massive.
And he's very close to having the Mage Slayer this time.
Very nice versus Quinn.
He's in on top of him.
It's another one.
I mean, they're cleaning up kills wherever they want to go. They're having a beautiful game here. And yeah, Crit all over the place. Always with the setup, always with the follow-up. His hoodwink last patch, you didn't want to let him have it. I think this patch as well, you don't want to let him have this hero. He just completely breaks the game. I
mean, they seem to have found a bit of an answer, at least for the early game, for the Quinn Lesh. That's 0-3 now at this point. And he's very fragile versus all this minus armor, all this massive physical. And magical, to be honest. The Hoodwink and CM provide a good chunk. Wisdom Runes. This time it will be a 1-for-1. Yeah, look at the support levels. Tofu. Toughest game he's had so far on the Willow. The toughest game all Gaimin Gladiators had, of course, as they've stomped every other game. This one, Falcons. Cruising.
Yeah.
8K net worth on Slardar.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more farmed Slardars you'll see. He's about to hit level 12 as well, Amar.
And the Mage Slayer is so good this game versus the Lesh and the Underlord as he blinks and he's stuck.
It's okay, we weren't watching.
It was on purpose.
Just having a moment of peace and relaxation. You know, giving the enemy team a bit of a chance, you know, a bit of mercy. Huh?
I really like this build-up that he's done. You know, we've seen a lot of variety on the Slardar, but you can clearly see why it makes sense versus the Lesh and Underlord.
Yeah, he just goes in, gets in there.
Yep. It's Ratio.
Gets on top of them.
He is aware.
Gladiators, yeah, it's just going to be a question of how crazy is the Clink?
How crazy is
You know what I mean? Are we going to see him with the Shard, getting these barrages out and just tearing through heroes, even if they are sort of like an item ahead on some of these cores?
Trying to get a setup here onto Crit. They've got a rocket and a hook shot.
It would be a nice kill. Crit's pretty annoying.
Should happen. Deso stack acquired.
Same time in the mid though. Ooh, I tell you what, Tofu coming in with a save, the fear there. Pushing back the two of them, keeping Quinn safe. He'll pay with his life, Tofu.
Fiend's Gate's coming in.
Ace is considering fighting this. They'll bring Stellar across as well. They've got Marine trapped in the cogs. Do they have the damage? Snaking laying down the freezing field from the side of the fight. And indeed with Quinn closing in, they'll have enough to bring Marine down. May even be able to look for more. I mean, Skeeter and Snaking are trying to turn back towards Celery, but Celery's able to back away. Falcons this time, they had to be a bit careful as they continue the retreat. Duracho
Dire's bottom
was
tower
considering
is under
chasing. I mean,
attack.
Skeeter and Snaking, they're still sticking around. The rest of Falcons starting to swing over. Quinn, he's
still have
already
this ward.
TP'd out. There's the jump from Amar. He's in, he gets the two-man crush. He's straight on top of Duracho. The full-on bushwhacks there. They've killed off Duracho. There's going to be a pause.
You never would have survived to be cursed.
Packet loss.
Lag!
I mean, that's always, that's how you really kind of rub salt in the wounds there. You come in with like a great two-man crush and you're like, oh, by the way, I'm lagging.
That ward is doing wonders. They're able to just jump in, get the crush after they end up losing Maureen.
Yeah, I mean, we see here the start of it all where they get the 1-for-1, but the fight goes on for quite a long time. And we see as well Falcons knowing that they're still in a position where as long as they can kind of keep a few members on the front, I think sort of Skeeter and Snaking stay alive, they stick around because they know that Amar, he's going to eventually find that chance to get in there and make sure they continue to come out on top of these fights.
As long as Gaimin can keep the Lesh and the Clinks alive, they'll have damage, right? If they can just use Ace to be that charge in, as long as he doesn't insta-die, he just ports in the midst of them, they can dish out the damage. And Ace, we're seeing the itemization, he is going to, of course, just going the aura route, so he is looking to just be that buff up, be that tank to allow them to hit.
I guess the question is here,
What?
is anyone else dying? I imagine not, right? Ace and Tofu should be out of here.
Right, Salary is definitely dead.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize he was still on my screen, and
Yeah.
he's underneath them. He's absolutely dead.
Salary is dead, and yeah, I mean, Quinn already ditched. Quinn's already bottom, pushing out, so should just be Salary. Some very nice aggressive moves this time around from Falcons. Yeah, we got to see them playing like a little bit of a different style, it felt like, with Crit playing a Weaver, and I believe, what was it, Snaking playing an IO, I think it was? I can't remember if that was the same game, but either way, it felt like that game was a lot more passive from them, making the early rotations. This one, we're just seeing them collapse nonstop, especially with the two supports. It's easier to make the plays, especially with these two. But they're making their moves around Malrine. This one, yeah, got him a big kill just before, but still looking to press their advantage forward. Duracho and Ace having a little bit of a, little...
Yeah, like Duracho was sort of coming in with the tech support.
Yeah, he's
there.
like, hey,
right,
what are
you got to
doing?
do this, do that. Yeah.
He's like, dude, you have to plus 225 damage. You
bro.
can go back in. You can
Look at that. Like, bro, you can hit the jungle, get some farms, start hitting some creeps.
I mean, how much? Okay, so cleave distance per stack.
I mean, the distance goes up.
How big is the distance when he has 200?
Well, that's what I want to see sort of visually how crazy the cleave does start getting. Because back in action, Celery's gone. Did manage to get the purchase up on the way out, though, so Solar Crest will be there for Celery.
Good Solar game as well, too, versus DK, Slardar, and Weaver. Snay. Is that I'm seeing right? It is. So Snay is actually matching the auras, going for the going for the Greaves on the Crystal Maiden. I like that quite a lot. Very snaking kind of style. He usually goes like, drums and stuff like that, but in this one definitely feels it can be very nice to have these early Greaves. Malrine,
Nice.
he steps up a bit far.
Got the setup with the pit.
No extra
But
follow-up. And the rotation's here.
Back, Maori jumps back in. Goes in with the Dragon Tail on towards Quinn. Crit and Skeeter, they're ready to try and catch the Leshrac. The bushwhacks in. And they've got the damage to tear Quinn down. No chance of a save from the rest of Gaimin, and now Snaking. Maybe even looking to set up for more. Celery will get it with a hook shot. There's the barrage coming in from Duracho. The Crystal Maiden completely annihilated.
The barrage at the ready. Malrine trying to hide to perhaps get a blink stun from the trees, but they'll back away. Go back to farming here for a moment. They forced all of Gaimin Gladiators bottom.
They very much will need someone to get the jump onto Duracho. If he gets to press that barrage with his archers, heroes will die.
Very difficult game for them to catch Skitter, though. They have no real... I mean, they have a clockwork hook shot and hope that you can cog him backwards and chain stun him somehow, but they don't have a blink stun by any means besides that, so definitely a more difficult game for them to bring down Skeeter in comparison for Falcons to bring down Duracho, it feels like. As Gaming playing around each other. Celery and Tofu looking to sit behind Duracho for now. This means that net worth for Falcons does go up a bit more to get a little more efficiency out of the map. And yeah, we'll really have to see how busted the barrage can be. Quinn.
Dire's top tower is under
Support's just literally sitting right behind him.
They've got to be ready. Falcons very likely to make the jump if they see a chance around mid.
And these Lesh will die so fast, so they have to be there already. They can't TP and react. They have to be instant with the counter initiations, with the solar crests. Malrine, now BKB finished up.
Yeah, he feels he can just push the lane on his own. He's pretty invincible.
Very good build versus the Underlord and the Lesh and the Willow.
Dire's top tower
Rather than
is
going down the
under
Mage Slayer route, we have seen a couple of DKs do. This does feel just a bit better. A good chunk better, in fact. Gaming just looking to try to slow things down a bit here, get their farm. Duraccio. Deep, sneaky
He's
vision.
yeah, he's heading pretty deep. Won't find anyone down here, and now, of course,
Oh, that's
Falcons could start to go straight towards him.
kind of cute move. He like cuts the creep wave with his
Radiant are
skeletons.
scanning.
This tower's nearly gone on the bottom lane. Duraccio might want to stick around and push, but if he
He
does,
chose for a sec.
he does. He's just teasing with them, and you know, it did force out quite the reaction.
That's true. Got off to split push. Off to get that extra
I mean,
farm.
Skeeter's seeing if he can chase this down, but Duraccio's already up the high ground. Ace also under the safety of his tower, so unlikely Skeeter's going to be able to get a grab with this light net.
How are the four staff situation looking like? They have 2 on the side of Falcons, so already are prepared to get through these cogs, get through these tanky frontliners to get to the backliners as well.
Do they want to dive the tower though? Crit. Getting the follow-up onto Ace, but Ace still pretty tanky here. Duraccio.
Oh
Good
my
Duraccio.
God, Duraccio!
I think they're almost surprised that they saw him when they put down the sentry. They kind of put the sentry down. They're like, hold up, that's a cleats underneath us. What the? Oh no. Well, that's a rough one. Duraccio's out.
Runs in and insta-dies.
I mean, it really looked like Falcons. They were surprised themselves. They're like, my goodness, there's a cleats.
Amar got the Orb of Destruction as well, too. Even more minus armor into their draft. I want to see how much the Weaver right-click did, actually.
I mean, yeah,
it looked like it did, like,
the majority of his
damage.
HP just disappeared in an instant.
828. That was the double hit, I guess, but either way.
Structures are fortified.
Holy crap. Disintegrated. Gaming falling further and further behind. Getting closer and closer to their big item, the Bloodstone in particular on the Lesh, but their armor is still going to be quite lacking.
Yeah, if Amar gets on top of anyone, I mean, even if they're the follow-up from like just crit, it's going to be a lot of damage.
And so far, it's like Ace, he's got his Greaves, I believe, almost under. He's got the mech and the pipe, but no extra little bits of armor besides Solar. Celery?
Gonna get the catch on a Snaking. Try and go for the easier kill first. No, get it. They'll take down Snaking off the side. Quinn and Duracccio, they're in onto Amar, but Amar's gonna get forced back to safety.
Quinn.
He's away. Quinn getting focused by Skeeter. He'll stand his ground, go for the stun onto Skeeter, but Skeeter, he's just gonna continue to beat into Quinn. Gets the kill. He'll be able to reset, get out of there. In fact, he could consider coming back in on this fight. Duracccio, he's getting focused down by Malrine. Double kill for the Dragon Knight, and maybe even more as Malrine turns over towards Celery. Crit slides down to the low ground, keeps himself alive. It's a triple kill for Malrine, and Falcons, they only lost Snaking.
They don't have the
Dire's
stun
middle
to...
tower.
Amar went through... Oh! Well, he's fine.
All right, TP out from there. Oh my goodness. Oh.
It just misses. They don't have the... They don't have the stuns or the damage to go through this Weaver at this point. Falcons just commit through and just right-click them down.
No, we saw as well, because kind of, you know, Quinn was on top of Skeeter, and he had the Bloodstone heal going and stuff here on the Lesh, but Skeeter just does enough damage that he could just stand his ground next to him and fight through it, obviously with the benefit of having that second life, basically with the time lapse. But you see here, Skeeter, he doesn't need to run. He can just sit there, kill off Quinn in the midst of the fight.
That build from Skeeter is working out real nice. He's quite tanky. Of course, he got gifted the Specialist array, but Falcon Blade, Dragon Lance, he's got so many stats. It's a 2400 HP Weaver versus limited control.
Dire are
Great aggressive
scanning.
plays, continuing to grow this lead in very fast fashion. And the levels also, too, are starting to get pretty astronomical. Level 16 on DK, 16 on Slardar.
Yeah, Gladiators have got to get out on the map and take some risky moves now. Try and find Falcons split up. See if they can do that.
Quinn needs this plate mail ASAP, too. So if they can get a kill, get them set up to get some more armor,
Yeah,
gonna help
the
them out.
kill,
But they
get
need
the
it.
tower.
They really do need these kills at this point.
If they get a couple, maybe even get a Roche. We'll see.
Falcons.
The jump's already been made. Duraccio's going to show himself first. Tofu's in with the fear, but the BKB's out from Malrine. Duracccio on the retreat. Had to get away from this Dragon Knight. The hook shot's not going to connect in over towards Skeeter Tofu. He's stuck on top of Skeeter as Skeeter will look towards the Dark Willow. Time-lapse has to be used by Skeeter. Celery will continue to control him here in the cogs. And in fact, Quinn's got the damage coming in from the backlines. They control the Weaver. They kill him off. And Quinn, he's still got mana in the tank to look for more. He looks over towards Mallory, but he's caught by the Bushwhack. He's coming back for the Fiend's Gate. Can they get any further control on towards Mallory and Amara? Crit doesn't look like it. The three of them back off.
Uh-oh, this buyback.
I mean, Mallory or Amara could be ready to jump again.
That's not a great buyback. Is the
They're able
catch.
to get in onto the Miyako shots out between the three of them. The Bushwhack will connect onto the two. Jump forward from Mallory. Not able to get the stun straight away, and Celery will lay down the cogs. Try and get through it. I mean, Ace and Quinn maybe considering if they can still fight this, but they absolutely can't with a jump like that from Amar. Straight on top of Celery and Ace. They'll move forward, take Ace down, as he's going to be out for 73 there with that dieback. Quinn, he should be fine. I mean, Amar's going to have a blink. I know, he blinks up in a second. Amar might be able to get this. He's in with the crush. Is there any sort of save for Quinn? They'll force him to the side. He's trying to get back in. The Bushwhack won't hit, but the Acorn shot does. Crit him with the snipe to take Quinn down.
Falcons is just playing these fights so nicely. Dyrachyo had to run pretty much the entire fight. He did get the barrage off, so did get the cleanup onto Skitter, but immediately gets chased down, and it's a dieback from Ace. An expensive attempt there from Gaimin Gladiators, and it doesn't come out ahead by any means for them. These three cores on the side of Falcons. Like you killed Skitter, but they have two other very beefy right clickers. Maureen hitting for 300 damage per hit at this point. Both level 18 now. Oh, now even more damage because he's got the Aghanim, so.
I'm not opposed to taking the occasional.
Gladiators
How do you fix things here? There's just too much physical.
from the high ground. Maybe things will get a little easy, but at the same time, yeah, Falcons, they have heroes that are not afraid of just jumping straight into the base.
You can see they're feeling that pressure. I mean, Ace, a risky play to go for the buyback, and he doesn't even catch the pin onto Malrine initially when he does go for it. And now Roche quickly to drop. And Aghanim's also on Amar. They're hitting every single timing. Yeah, all three cores just having spectacular games. 5-1 on Skeeter, 8-1 on Malrine, 5-1 on Amar.
Yeah, they're definitely punching back as hard as Gaimin Gladiators hit them the other day in the series.
Here we go again.
Snaking, look at the hook shot across, look at the cogs in onto the two of them, but they've already lost Tofu and Ma. He'll slide out for now. There'll be the buyback from Tofu to get straight back into the action. TP's over towards the tier 2. They get the kill on Snaking.
Ace was considering already bailing out. He put the portal back, or maybe to get the port in for his teammate. Then waits another buyback from the side of Gaming to try to fight back.
Gaimin need more. Doesn't look like they're going to get it.
Nope.
Not at this moment.
Quinn does have his plate mail, so quite a bit tankier now at this point, but they still just have so much damage on Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons are ready to get back in on this. Skeeter leading the way.
He has no fear.
Radiant are scanning.
Gaming just hugging each other, hoping that there's a misstep there by Falcons, but Falcons, they back up. 20,000 gold lead now at this point.
As a diving
Are
dragon.
scanning.
Just the level of farm, just completely crazy, and especially indeed in Amar in particular, top spot on his Slardar.
Crit is higher level than everybody on the side of Gaimin Gladiators now at this point too, with these consecutive team fight wins.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
he almost has his Gleipnir too, so the scaling is continuing from him. And Acorn shot with all this minus armor, it's going to be fantastic
We're seeing him clean up kill after kill.
Yep.
With the Acorns.
Brax is falling.
They'll do something soon, they'll try it, but Malorine's already out of the base. I mean, the Acorn shot the Dragon Tail, and there's going to be a sharp shot coming in as well. Celery's gone. The fear will come out onto the three of them. The barrage is well in
no
direction,
damage.
but it's not enough to threaten Amar. Amar perfectly fine. They've lost the two, and there's no buyback on Quinn. As Falcons, they're ready to push up and kill him outside the fountain. Ace goes down, also without buyback. So Falcons, they've got all the time in the world to swing across, take another set of barracks, and maybe even just close up the game right now.
Dyrachyo's Clinks just can't even stand to cast a barrage. If he tries, they're going to instantly jump him. Tier 2 up top. Gaming, they're actually going to stay in it.
A set of barracks taken, though. The damage has been done.
Mars already starting to drop the flags. And they do call it.
And they'll call it. Well, there we go. GG is called. game one. As I say, you know, they say you learn a lot from Falcons, and let's indeed find out if Gaimin Gladiators can get back to sort of the level that they were performing at against Falcons the other day, or if Falcons are going to continue to stay on top. We're going to see the game probably start off with the first blood here. Crit does get the 3-man avalanche out, but the Ray Fire Blast comes in. Ace with the block off, as Crit can't run away from this. First blood for Gaimin Gladiators and for Tofu. So this game 2 draft, I heard from the panel, they still like what Falcons have got, but they feel that Gaimin Gladiators surely are going to have a bit of a better shot than they did in game 1, Fog.
They surely can, but they need to make the better rotations into mid. The last game, it was just the 2 supports from Falcons crushing mid on top of Malrine already having an amazing matchup. So have to see these rotations work out a bit better for Gaming to see them have a chance. And we see at the beginning of the game there, Quinn types the Malrine Razor, what a treat.
All right.
You know, one of their big top heroes, of course. We have a lot of Grandmaster heroes.
I think of the 3 of them.
Yep.
On the side of Falcons.
And we do have to talk about a couple things. As we will see Dyrachyo die right here.
Got the bounty rune, but indeed he'll die for that.
Oh, and they get a ward. Look at that. A little D ward. So fun things to point out, of course, is we have to look at some of these different, of course, facets. That
what do we got?
Because the Tiny one, we've only seen Tiny carry. Sorry to throw you off.
Support Tiny, what we got?
He's got I mean, this is cool. I have no idea the potential for this, but it's got to move and attack speed slow when you toss people. When you toss them, like something at someone. Not the person who's tossed, but the person that whatever you throw at someone. So that can be pretty cool.
Okay. I mean, scales up, and it's pretty long slow, right? 2.5 seconds slow duration.
I haven't gotten to see it at all in practice, so see how it's going to be able to do. A strong lane that Gaimin Gladiators has brought down bottom with the Enchantress, but of course the Timbersaw versus the Wraith King is always going to be very nice for the side of Falcons. And yeah, we've seen this one a lot. I mean, the Twisted Shotgun just feels so damn strong, especially whenever you are playing versus those strength. And the Enchant one, a very good one. It's just a buff, pretty much, it feels like, across the board for this hero. Feels very, very nice to play.
Yeah. Well, what do you sort of make of the CK? Skeeter this game, bringing in on the Chaos Knight.
It's a classic for him, but we have a Darks here, which makes things really, really interesting, right? The wall potential, double illusions that are strong illusions as well, too. So what Ace is going to be able to have happen on
in the mid lane.
Holy
goodness, Quinn got Malrine very low, but with the static link up, Malrine was able to successfully trade back.
There's another meld. God, that was close.
Not quite able to get in range for the hit. It's going to be down on that bottom lane, though. Crit able to get the finish off onto Dyrachyo. Looks like just with the Avalanche alone being able to poke him from the side and catching him by surprise.
Bar, Timbersaw, baby, versus those strength heroes. Even though there's a Celery Enchantress to try to secure the lane, it's 2 deaths early. One in the river, one once he comes back to the lane. And he has gone down the Spectral Blade route this game again, too, so not having that great farming mechanic to be able to catch him back up with skeletons if he does fall behind. He needs to have a good one. I feel like I can't look away from mid.
I was going to say both of them. And Malrine can definitely do a good chase down onto Quinn here. Refraction still cooldown for 8 more seconds.
He
Quinn
might have him.
Might be gone, and indeed he is. Malrine able to get the solo kill.
Oh, that's a big deal. That TA is struggling already in the matchup.
That is absolutely true. Look at the CS, 12 for 5 against the 6 for 1. So doubling up on the last hits here, Malrine, and getting solo kills. Not a lane that's going to get any easier anytime soon between these two for the TA.
No, and the Razor always is going to be able to just link TA no matter what stages of the game, right? If you are tanky enough, you can stick on top of that hero pretty easily. So yeah, fantastic start from Malrine, and we are seeing the dominance of a Razor in the lane, at least not versus a DK, right? DK in particular just stands ground, but Malrine,
Quinn,
TA.
Just got to be careful. These trades are just never going to feel good for him.
Gotcha.
Gonna try for another melt hit. Big damage. Not wearing off just yet. Malrine playing it pretty much perfectly. 7 CS only for Quinn.
Oh, an easy lane for him.
Nope.
As it ended up being.
And I'm seeing an old school crit movement. Look at this. Look at this.
I mean, he
Walking
can,
through
he can
the
leave
river.
Amar on his own. Amar's this Timbersaw, and indeed Quinn.
Quinn could be in trouble.
They've got to bring these TPs in. Quinn is gonna get caught by the toss back. Is there anything Celery could do to save him? There is not. Quinn dead again.
Oh, Falcons on point.
I mean, they could look maybe towards Celery. They've got the blood grenade. A few more right clicks from Maureen with his stolen damage that he's built up with the static link. I mean, Maureen, you know what? He's gonna be happy that Crit died there. It's just another solo kill for him. This lad, he's essentially got the solo XP from like 3 kills in this mid lane. He's 3-0-1.
Oh, and this is gonna be the fastest level 6 of the tournament, I think. He's one creep away from hitting 6, almost at the 4-minute mark.
And Quinn's still level 3?
He's still level 3. Holy moly.
At least he's level 4 now, so he won't quite be doubled up on the levels, but it's still an insane difference between the two of them. And we saw last game, you know, Quinn not able to pop off to the extent that he had in previous series. This game, he's going to struggle even more. This is one of the roughest starts that he's had.
And Amar can just be left alone. He is now 2 points in his reactive armor versus the Wraith King. There's no way to push him out of lane.
He could get the kill.
He's here.
Oh, he's dead. Sentry's down for Crit. Quinn's dead again.
Oh, my lord.
He is getting absolutely destroyed and very heavily bullied in this mid.
Level 6 on the Razor already. Immediately goes on him. Crit, yeah, he's just roaming. It's just a roaming Tiny at this point. Going toward the top lane next. Falcons coming in with a game plan, and the game plan is working beautifully. They are exposing Quinn.
I think XMZA was getting more out of the mid lane at this point.
Oh, come on, don't be...
Okay. It's rough.
Good bushwhack.
Oh, great vacuum. It's going to kill Crit, and tell you what, Ace is going to get Skeeter as well. The recovery being made on the top lane here for Gaimin Gladiators. Ace, he's ready to chase down for more potential. He goes over towards Snake King.
They should have him.
Rotation's coming in from Maureen. The bushwhack's out, sets up for Ace to get a triple kill. So where Quinn may be suffering, Ace is ready to pick up the slack, and he's ready to carry this game on his dark side.
They needed that so badly. Crit, I mean, he wanted to make this rotation, but a godly bushwhack, and then a vacuum to follow. It's like they got double vacuumed into Ion Shells. Beautifully done.
I mean, we saw the other day, right, Ace did have a fantastic game on his dogs here.
Amar now starting to drop a little bit here. Tofu. Off the mark.
Very hard for these two to really kind of take Amar down to 0 HP. They can get him a little bit low, but killing him right now, not really an option for these two heroes. They just don't quite have the damage.
They're trying to zone him a little, though, because he is about to hit 6 already. And as soon as he hits 6 on Timber, he's just going to push the Rocket out of lane.
And mid lane, Celery. Bullying Snaking. He's got the cold embrace, but Celery's going to get another impetus in. Won't quite kill him.
Amar?
He's chilling.
Still okay. Pushing the limits. Things stabilizing a little bit, but Quinn very far behind. 1,300 difference between him and the Razor. How are the stacks looking? I mean, they'll eventually get some stacks for him to catch up, but Skeeter is struggling a lot too.
He is.
Here comes Maureen.
Rotation's there. I mean, Ace is quite the big kill. They get the drag back with the Rift. They bring him down. I mean, Maureen, all these kills he was getting in the mid, he moves up to top, he gets the double, and one of them being this Darkseer that's incredibly farmed for the early stage of the game. I mean, the amount that this Razor's getting, it is insane. 6-0-2.
He even checks, he has a regen rune, he even checks to see if those stacks were being made, just in case for the TA. Is able to clear out. There were no stacks, but he's able to clear out a lot.
He's going to get a bit here.
He stacked this one himself. So.
But yeah, 7 minutes in level 8 on this mid Razor.
8 of the kills are because of him. My lord.
Oh, he wants to. He's seeing if he could get the wisdom rune. I mean, if he got that. But of course, it's already been taken.
Quinn was the one to take it. He told his team probably, I need this to catch up.
I mean, Maureen could dive again. He's coming in with a wraparound on towards Ace. They're going to have to bring TPs in, Ace. He's going to get taken out. Another kill here for Maureen.
And now we know why Quinn did say.
I mean, he said at the start, the Maureen Razor, what a treat. I mean, Quinn knew. He's absolutely right.
Garacho.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
See if he can bring down Amar with him.
Pops the ult right as he dies.
Easy TP. Amar's able to get the reset.
That's cool that you can do that now.
You hold the skill point,
Hold the skill point,
yep.
and then as you're the ghost, you can skill your ultimate so that you come back during it. So that was a nice little play there from Skitter. Or from Daracho, I say Skitter. I'm used to just seeing Skitter play Wraith.
It's true, actually. We're very used to seeing Skitter being the Wraith King out of the two of them. So yeah, this game, so we're on the side of Daracho.
Things are stabilizing a lot here for Gaimin.
They are. I mean, this is the thing, right? Quinn had a rough time in mid. Maureen is getting everything, but overall, it's pretty much even on the gold difference here between the two teams. So Things elsewhere, looking up for Gaimin Gladiators. And that's the thing as well. Whilst Quinn was bullied in the mid, honestly, his net worth, it hasn't been completely destroyed. As you can see, compared to everyone else outside of Malrine, the TA's farm is not bad.
It's one of the best recovery heroes in the game, right? You just go to the jungle for like 2 minutes and you're back. So Quinn, quick recovery, and he did take the Wisdom Rune. That's why he is level 8 as well too. So
Can Malrine just go on him and dive him?
He needs somebody with him.
Okay, and he's got that. Crit's it. Look at the toss back onto Quinn. Crit. It's falling low in return. Dratcho comes in with the rotation. We'll be able to kill him. And in fact, with Dratcho's presence, Malrine won't be able to push on and take down Quinn. It's a nice little move across there towards the mid lane to keep Quinn safe. At the same time, up top, they take down Snake King. So Gladiators making some good moves. And Quinn not going to be bullied any longer. He's not dying to these sort of attempts anymore.
And it's actually Skitter who's starting to get a bit bullied up here. The rotation's constantly onto him. This Ace Darks here, definitely hurting him quite a bit. Celery now has his creeps online. Also, he's gone down the max impetus build with the enchant, so all about the damage. Just being annoying, Skitter. And Amar trying to find a target, but Tofu is able to separate himself away. So yeah, Gaimin completely reestablished things with their rotations. Lots of kills this game for being blessed by 7 to 10.
Yeah.
We've had some slower games. This is not one of them. These two teams are really bringing it at each other.
See where Malrine goes next. Looks like he's just going to focus on finishing off his Manta.
Standard kind of build. Duracho in trouble.
No reincarnation. And he has got TP backup coming in. They'll get him. Backup comes in, maybe with his last few moments can get a hit onto Crit. No, not going to be the case, but he didn't need to. Tofu and Celery will have the damage to take Crit down in return.
What the hell? He tossed the ghost? That just looks so funny. Get a trade kill, but they do slow down the Wraith King. Seeing the itemization also, he's going Armlet. I mean, it's very good when you're going for the Spectral Blade and all that, but I feel like it's just about early game, right? Like, you can't just go Radiance when you're playing versus these two. Like, these two teams just play so fast. If you play that slow, it's definitely not going to work out. Yeah, we'll see the tossed Ghost again. It's just funny looking.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right, the three of them down here definitely poses a bit more of a threat to Amar.
They're rotating Malrine. They're smoking him. Crit goes to the mid lane. Trying to apply more pressure with this Razor West.
I mean, they want to try and burst this Timber Sword. We'll see if they succeed. They get the bushwhack.
Got out.
The sharp shot's not going to be on target. Dracho's in. One more hit might do it, but he can't quite get it off. Amar's able to get away. Chakram's down. He's going to heal up. Celery tries to finish him off with the impetus damage, but it isn't enough. The curse is there, catching the two of them as they'll punch down Celery. Another Chakram comes sliding across here from Amar. They take Celery down. They've killed off Ace, and they might just be able to look towards Dracho as well. They've got the three of them surrounding him. Skeeter turning up as well. Dracho is in a lot of trouble. He has got the reincarnation
here.
So he's going to come back for round 2, but indeed with a full team completely trapping Duracho, they will have no struggle taking him down as well. So Falcons back to getting the clean kills and losing nothing themselves.
So we were 7 to 10 just a few moments ago. 8 to 15. Falcons speed it up again, bringing Malrine to the bottom lane with Crit's rotation. It's perfect. And they even swing Skeeter's little rotation that he does always through that portal to put the pressure on behind, and he catches Ace. And look at this man, he's been everywhere. How's his levels too? He's what? Level 11 already at this point. Manta is almost done. Link is gonna be a big problem this game. Him being so high level, he's got it already maxed with max plasma field as well.
I'm not opposed to taking
Link versus a Wraith King and a TA is definitely very threatening if they can keep him alive. He's able to get the full duration.
And they should be able to finish off this tier 1 tower. Notification comes out from Gaimin, but turning up to this is not something they have of interest right now. Quinn just still trying to get his farm back online.
It is there.
It really is. You know, for the 3 deaths Quinn suffered early on, he's holding strong.
Yeah, this hero is still pretty insane, as we've seen. You know, it's been banned out first 3 in a lot of these games. Players definitely know how strong it is. In fact, look, he's pretty much, he's almost the same exact level as Malrine, who has 9 kills. Quinn has 1.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Like, Malrine is making all these moves, but Quinn is just only slightly behind. Because they're just farming some creeps.
I mean, well, yeah,
slightly behind on experience.
Where is the difference on the numbers there? Because he got so much.
Wisdom Rune. He got a Wisdom Rune for XP.
Yeah, but that was showing the gold difference, right? It showed just how much more, obviously, Malrine's got for the kills. It's about 2,000 or so.
Yep.
But indeed, overall, you know, Quinn is only, what, about 1,500 behind?
It's still, I mean, the gold at least is quite significant, but the XP is, it's almost exactly the same, so. Not too bad. 1K lead, 2K lead now for Falcons as they get the deny on this tower.
Skeeter, he's going to go in for the armlet into the Orchid. Yeah, as you say, Duracho's going to need some time.
Yeah.
So he wants to do the Radiance build.
He's got his armlet finished up, but yeah, his farm speed is much slower than that of a CK who's spamming the Phantasm at this point when he doesn't have skeletons on the Wraith King, of course, since he has the Spectral Blade. And Skeeter now, 1,000 difference between him and that Wraith King. And it looks like they're actually giving the Wisdom Rune also perhaps to Skeeter to keep it nailed.
Oh, they're going to try and look for a kill. They've got the Amplified Damage Rune on Quinn, closes the gap over towards Zamar. Tofu's, he got the control, not
Cut
quite.
the tree.
The Whirling Death, indeed, they're in time to cut down the tree set up by the Acorn shot. Doesn't matter, though, they're still able to chase him and take him out. Immediate TP's coming in to help out Duracho's. Malorini's playing super aggressive here. The Curse is here, out onto the three of them. Duracho in his final few moments trying to trade back with Malorine, but they get the kill.
1 second left.
It was actually just about to be up.
And Quinn gets a deny actually on the base.
And they're going to give the TP out. Quinn and Celery, they have enough damage. I mean, that was quite the dive. It's a 2 for 2, and ultimately Quinn killing Malorine at the end of it. I'm not too sure if that dive was worth it from Falcons.
And the Curse, I guess, right at the last second it ends, so it gets the denied thing that happens.
You're right. Mid-projectile, the Curse ends, so the projectile that's in the air, by the time it connects, the Curse is over. So it effectively is just the ally hitting another ally. So all in all, I mean, Gladiators, they'll be very, very happy, I think, with that handed to them. It's Quinn in particular. He got a huge burst of gold.
And XP. He's level 13 now. Razor, also level 13, but Quinn is actually ahead in XP now, just after that.
Yeah, I mean...
And Duracho, it was literally 1.5 seconds.
Well, they nearly didn't even get him.
Yeah, so...
That was just a very risky move from Falcons that did not quite pay off.
Still farming everyone on the map, though. So a 3K lead, even though they did get a big catch-up onto Quinn, they were able to get him.
I'm sure, but they had such the lead. Yeah, the Quinn TA is pretty much fully recovered. You give him one more scenario like that, Quinn's going to be taking over.
Absolutely.
It's crit.
Another kill for Quinn.
Malorine's going to try with a chase down onto Celery. Not able to keep connection there with the static link, so Celery's able to break away.
Kills away that Arcane Rune. Nicely done from Tofu. Snay.
Quinn's considering getting back in. Skitters in with a grab, but the blink's up. Quinn's able to jump away.
Love the itemization from Quinn. Pretty standard at this point now that we've seen from these TAs, but now he's got the shards, so it's going to increase his potential, too, to go for these kills, especially on Timbersaw. This silence is very annoying.
Yeah, they kept talking about it during the drafts and such, but yeah, I'm starting to really see, and especially in the hands of Quinn, why this TA could be quite a concern. Definitely a lot of potential, again, just to sort of look back and consider the starts that both mids had into this game. You look at the state of it now and where they both are, and you've only got to feel that this TA hero seems pretty good in the right hands.
Absolutely.
Top lane.
Are again. They're making the rotation.
And the two supports could look for the setup. If they bring in a core, they may have the damage to threaten him, but again, the Chakram coming back in will cut the tree, stop and get caught by the Bushwhack. He tries for a chain TP, but the Wraith Fire Blast from Duracho was there to get him. The impetus is they'll finish him. Gladiators making the moves. The two supports here, Celery and Tofu, making sure they have the setup to get these sort of kills. Marion's going to head through the Twin Gate just in time.
And Celery's skill build really coming into play right there too, right? The max impetus. Sometimes you do see more points in heal and stuff, but having this pure damage versus these tanky cores, definitely giving that extra kill threat.
Smoke time here from Falcons. They've got the ult.
Oh, this is such a beautiful game. 28 kills, 17 minutes, and it's not slowing down at all. Crit, he has Blink Dagger now for the jumps.
They want to go in on mid. Look at the jump in.
They've got the Orchid.
It should be a pretty dead Quinn. Is there any backup coming in to help him?
Nope.
Doesn't matter. Either way, Falcons have the damage. They take Quinn down.
That's a big Blink reveal for Crit. And the Orchid reveal as well, as we see there from Skitter. He's now top 2 net worth on this CK. Super farmed. Always have to mention, though, the more farmed you are playing versus Darkseer, especially now that you make double, these double unkillable illusions.
If the RNG's there for Ace, indeed, the CK innate ability can be used against him.
I'm looking forward to see when these walls do come out, because we haven't seen really one yet from Ace. Celery.
Oh.
Nature attend us.
Action everywhere.
Wait up.
Dyrachyo has been able to catch up too, though. Relic is online, getting closer and closer to Radiance versus the CK. Falcons keeping a consistent lead here, though, between that 2 to 4K. Farming up as they do.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Snaking opts against going with the Blink Dagger for himself, so he's just going Greaves for the team fight, it looks like, rather than having another form of jump. So trying to match, of course, the aura. Ace has Tofu.
He's going to try for the setup. They get the wall drop down as well, and he's going to get the double illusions out of this. The bushwhack, TP's coming in straight away. The corner breaks down Skeeter, though. Use the curse to hold back Dyrachyo. Tofu's going to get caught by the silence. He'll be the first to fall. They try and push on forward towards the CK, but they're not able to stay on top of him. And now Celery's the one to get taken out in return as Malorine turns towards him. But the two of them, Falcons, they can maybe look for more. They turn over towards Ace, crits him with the jump and the toss back.
Nice
A third kill for Falcons. And now Dyrachyo and Quinn, the last two left alive. Quinn's just got to get out of here. There's no further fight to be had as Dyrachyo falls the once, falls the twice. Falcons, they're going to get the 4 of them.
So quick to bring the numbers. They had 5 there almost instantly to react. Gaming, they kind of trickled in one by one. They lost Tofu at the start when he charged in, and Quinn wasn't even there. Quinn could not actually get involved walking into these 5 heroes.
Now we'll see again sort of how things started off.
And look at the minimap. Look where Quinn is. You can see he's nowhere near the realms of this fight. Falcons, it's all 5 instantly, right on top of him. And they take out the 2 supports right at the start of it.
Back in the middle. My goodness, Quinn looking to blink away, but in fact, Skeeter's got the chase. He's able to grab him with the stun and the rift.
Toss on top.
Silence is out. Quinn's gone.
Oh, they're starting to get this ball rolling.
Yep, they may not have got him in that bottom fight, but they swing over towards the mid and they clean him up anyway.
Very aggressive plays. Having Skeeter with this blink getting involved too. They're just making all the moves, taking away the stacks now as well. Gaming just has to be more together when they do look to make those moves. If they're gonna make it, you have to expect the Falcons is gonna bring the 5. You have to have yours at the ready.
Top tower is under attack.
Now it's getting harder and harder too when you're at a gold deficit.
Still a talisman away from the Radiance on Dyrachyo, and he's going to be the one to get jumped. His reincarnation on cooldown. They get the toss back into the burst. He's gone. There'll be the bushwhack in return. They'll see if they can take down Crit, but they can't. Crit's going to be able to walk
Another
out,
one.
jump forward. They have to silence. It's going to be another kill for Falcons. Absolutely stepping up the tempo and getting things back on track here. 24-12, 10k lead for Falcons.
They're not letting Dyrachyo get any farm.
Radiant's middle tower is
He's
under
not
attack.
able to get this Radiance. That's...
Oh.
Oh!
Oh no, that's all over. Sticky keyboard.
That happens.
Radiant's bottom
Feeling the pressure.
That
for sure.
actually looks like if that's over his keyboard, that's nasty. That's not fun to play the rest of the game with.
Celery
Oh,
can't
no.
run.
Hey, at least you don't have to press too many buttons with Wraith King, I guess.
That's true. But he's getting no space. That's 7 deaths for Dyrachyo. That's, I think, 3 in a row that he's shown up and just died instantly. They're really bringing it to him.
Radiant
And not letting him slow down the pace to be able to get this Radiance. And he farms so slow.
Skeeter.
Skeeter.
Can the 2 of them kill him?
I mean, Quinn is looking in trouble. Can he get the blink and TP out? He can. Okay. Smart move.
Yeah, he also just stayed hidden. He was like, I am going to be no part of this.
It's just real smart. If Quinn blinks left and doesn't TP, they're
Yep.
cutting him off already, so...
Yeah, they're ready to head down there, Falcons. I mean, next big items around the corner for Gaimin Gladiators. What do we have? As we say, Dyrachyo's still working on that Radiance. Nearly got the Blink Dagger on Ace, so they'll have some sort of setup. I guess the thing is, though, they don't really have any crazy follow-up to the vacuum. It's kind of... I mean,
It's just a vacuum.
there's actually just nothing.
There's nothing.
I mean, well, vacuum into maybe some Acorn Shot Bushwhack.
Yeah, but that's just about it.
But that's also pretty unlikely. I mean, we're seeing every single time in the fight. As soon as Amar sees Tofu, he's throwing out his chakram. These trees are getting cut. Quinn's dead in the mid. This game's falling apart.
It has completely fallen apart.
It looked like there was going to be a little bit of hope for Gaimin Gladiators. You know, sort of after the first 10 minutes, they were making a bit of a comeback. They pretty much got the numbers back to even. But just like that, things have sped back up, and now kind of feeding one by one. Get the
On
jump
to the
in.
next.
One by one by one.
One by one by one. Falcons just playing it so clean, so together as a team.
Yeah,
in comparison.
Tier 2 down in the mid. Can get the creep waves pushed in the other lanes. They can keep this going. They've not got lots of fear right now. Falcons, they are very, very strong in comparison. All of their cores, an item or more ahead of their counterpart. Just 23 minutes in.
And the Radiance isn't even online. And now at this point, when it does get online, I'm looking at the HP pool of Dyrachyo. He's got 1,400 HP, I mean like 1,800 with Armlet on, and I saw a CK with 3,000 HP with Armlet on, a Razor with near Yeah, 2.5k as well. They're so tanky, and they're very good versus versus Wraith King as well. To burst him down, as we've seen, this Timber, this last pick for Amar. He's just had the answer for this poor Wraith King every time.
Yeah, the amount of damage that he's done.
Shiva's as well. If he wants to go down the Halberd route, he can on Amar. Level 18.
Well, if there's any sort of doubt of that series between Falcons and Gaimin the other day, you know, Falcons, they're back. New patch, whatever. Sure, just had some rocky moments on the first day or so of it, but here in the grand finals, both games so far, looking like that they've got this series back under control to sort of the same extent that we've been used to seeing from Falcons in previous tournaments.
Yeah, they came in with a plan and they woke up today, especially on the supports. I mean, Crit, how many rotations did we see from him in this early game? Yeah, the top one didn't work out. It gave Ace a triple kill, but it did slow down Quinn a lot. It slowed down Dyrachyo a ton too.
Yep. I mean, yeah, Tiny is a hero, right? This patch is looking to be very hotly contested, right? Especially with the flexibility from some teams, support, save lane, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see some teams run it in the mid, run it in the off lane.
Yeah, definitely possible.
Very, very strong hero right now. A lot of potential.
Radiant's middle tower
teasing with the
is
Timber
under
chain.
attack.
But it's been just coordination and team play from Falcons that's just more than one step ahead, it feels like for Gladiators in these last 10 minutes or so. They always have the numbers. They've got the better team fight as well, too. Quite beautiful to see. A Snay. Blink Dagger's done. He's got his mech, and now a gem. So these TA traps are all going to be gone. Shiva's finished up for Ace. He was deciding against the Blink Dagger. I think he was starting to realize there's no Blink combo, so he needs to just play for himself. Oh, nice try. Snay too fast.
And they're scouting him out with the courier as well. It's going to give the vision for Crit to get him with the combo.
And they found the Enchantress as well. Skeeter right on top of Celery. He's got him.
Nice. Lucky that there's no sort of TP cancel there on him up. Nice will live.
Dyrachyo alone in the mid lane. Dodge on the stun.
It's going to be a lot of damage that Malrina's going to get to play with. I mean, they're surging him, but he can barely even run away still even then.
Barely gets away. Plus 250. Level 20's been hit on Malrine. He pretty much has Titanic also. And the items are just flying in for Falcons. And for Gaming now, at this point, look at them kind of hugging each other.
I don't know. Yeah, what do they do, Gaming? I guess they've got to wait for the high ground. But even then, as we say, where's the combo? Where's the
damage?
What's the plan?
Yeah. They've got a nice little Shivas to slow them down, but Quinn has have to go fully defensive at this point. He's gone back for a BKB after his Blink and Dragonlance. Versus these super tanky cores on the side of Falcons now at this point. Where is the damage?
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Considering approaching here at the tier 2, but don't find the chance.
Hey, this lead is quite massive at this point now. They've forced them back into the base, and now they'll back up. They can go for the Roshan.
Last game, they were able to last 28 minutes and 34. So whatever happens, they should be able to make this one last a little bit, but maybe not by much. Falcons get this Roshan and are ready to run down a lane.
And this team fight, running into this on Gaming feels very difficult versus these three cores. They're so tanky.
This might be the GG fight in itself.
It really could be. Half HP. Falcons prepared for the fight as well. Malrine stepping outside. Arcane Rune and a Satanic.
Dyrachyo goes in. Gonna see Amar. Amar doesn't really care at all. He's ready to just throw down the Chakram and the combo straight over towards them. They jump into the trees, take down Toph. They've surrounded Quinn. There'll be the vacuum wall onto the two of them, but Quinn has to put the BKB and run. They'll curse him to hold him in position. Quinn's out. I mean, only Crit to fall on the side of Falcons, and he buys back. He's able to get him with the Avalanche, make sure that Ace isn't able to TP away. It's not the fight the Gaimin Gladiators were hoping that somehow they would get going. They lose 3 of their own.
They knew that was a Hallelujah smoke anyway. With what they're up against, it's like, even if you catch the Razor or something at the start of the fight, how do you kill him in time versus this Wyvern? There's always going to be the Cold Embrace behind. Tons of different forms of save. Malrine tipping Amar. This last big timber was pretty fantastic, as we see it just making Dota2 have no game and allowing Crit to make the moves around the map because they have this tanky offlaner that can just be left alone. Aegis, almost a heart. They're just getting tankier and tankier. Go all in on damage. Yeah, Dota2's attempting to, but they are also quite fragile at this point with what they're up against as Falcons. Finishing up these next few items and could probably look to close it up once they get the heart of the CK. Let's see what type of miraculous stuff the Gaimin can do on some potential high ground, but it's really does feel like a miracle is needed.
Yeah, seems unlikely.
If they had maybe some type of combo, like you were saying,
there's,
you know,
there's
like
no vacuum into
stun, like a less stun, like they used to have in multiple situations. It's just they don't really have that team fight follow-up. It's just the Darkseer. And yeah, they're like 4K HP cores on the enemy side, so are leading the charge. No fear.
Gaimin.
Trying to find the back line.
I mean, they're looking at Amar, but
that ain't who you want.
No, it's not really going to do a whole lot. Now Marine's in. He's got the stallion. It's a four-man avalanche. They'll get the vacuum wall off onto the four of them. They're bringing Crit down low, but the cold embrace is there. Doesn't matter. Crit will fall, so they get a kill. See if they can get anything more. Skeeter's going to get brought low, but he doesn't actually die. He survives, and even if he goes down, he's still got the Aegis. Quinn's dead. Skeeter, he's ready to go for more. Potentially, he's going to look over towards Celery. Celery's caught by the silence. Jump forward with the timber chain of Amar. He's diving in onto the base. Ace has been caught by the static. Then Quinn.
Buyback.
He's going to buy back. Got a bit of control on Amar inside the base. Silenced as well. A cold embrace is there for Snaking. Amar still falling to the damage of the impetus, though. They will get him. Another vacuum. Down to Skeeter and Malrine. They've taken the Aegis out of the hands of Skeeter.
Can they get Malrine?
Look towards him. An impetus or two brings him low. Cold embrace for Snaking comes out, but Malrine will fall. Skeeter goes for the BKB TP. Quinn jumps down to the low ground. They've got the root of the Atos. They'll get a fourth kill on the defense, and it only cost them the one buyback on Quinn.
Who did the most damage in this fight? I'm looking. I feel like the Enchantress was doing work. All right. The Radiance and just the Ench were able to actually do so much up on the high ground.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, they'll take that any day of the week.
Absolutely.
A defense out of nowhere here from Gaimin Gladiators. It's going to keep this game alive.
Keep it going.
Only just, of course, the lead's still fantastic from Falcons, 17k lead, but it's not over quite yet.
Not quite yet. I mean, Quinn, good buyback. They see them overextending, and they do use these buybacks and are able to get these finish-up kills through those cold embraces, a couple of them. And Skeeter, I mean, good thing he held his BKB. Otherwise, he potentially could have gotten caught as well, too, if he did stick up there too long. Will Ace be able to work the magic? Will he be able to use these wall illusions to their maximum?
I mean, at least
he's level 18, so he's got max wall now.
And it was definitely some very good vacuums from him. Each time they came off cooldown in that last fight, so Ace trying his best here.
Almost a Mjolnir and Dyrachyo too, so starting to get a bit more damage to deal with these insanely tanky cores. Falcons though, their target, it's Quinn. He does not have buyback, so Quinn has to be so careful in this upcoming fight.
Amplified damage rune as well on Skeeter. He gets in with a blink. He can kill most of these heroes.
Tofu now starting to get some items also. They did get the gem as well. I was checking to see who had it. I don't know who lost the crit, but they did steal the gem away from Falcons in that last fight also.
Ace is going to know that they're looking for something around the mid with the Mars showing like that.
Dude, these supports, they're starting to deal some, I mean, they're actually starting to deal some damage on Gaimin. If they're able to keep getting scaled, if they're able to hold on, Tofu, he has the Gleipnir. The Enchantress is going toward an MKB.
I mean, I like it. It's, as you say, in that last fight, Celery was one of the reasons they were able to finish off some of the kills through the cold embrace. Coming in with these impetuses, so Celery, if he can survive on the high ground, keep his position. Falcons, they've got to be careful how aggressive they go with their cores, because they cannot rely on snaking to bail them out. Celery will kill them through it.
Could be the saving grace there. Refresher now on the Razor. So double up on his survivability, but also on his damage. He's almost 25, so still insanely high level.
Can Celery farm this MKB though?
That will be the question. They need every little thing, still need every little thing that they can get on the side of gaming. These Falcons collapsing onto the mid lane again.
The question is, Falcons, do they feel that they can try for a push again, or are they just going to wait for the next Roche?
Probably want to wait, but if Crit can catch a toss back, perhaps they'll, settle with a kill or something like that, but might be a little bit hesitant after that last defense there from gaming. Seen them draw the line to at least just deal with the lanes for the moment. So it's giving time.
I mean, if
some farm.
If sort of all of these three heroes get their next time, if Dracho can get his BKB, Quinn can get the MKB, Celery can get the MKB, then the high ground defense,
it's much stronger.
It's going to be pretty respectable, considering that as a whole, this is a team that's 16k gold behind. But the money that they're about to spend could go a long way.
Oh, absolutely. Celery's able to literally just sit in the back. Like, his damage is going to be very high. They are very tanky still, of course, but... 2 minutes till that Roche.
When a crit shows in the lane, they may try and get him. Ace.
They will.
The setup. Bushwhack's not going to connect, but they have the glide net. It's a bit risky now. This is buying time for the rest of Falcons to get over, and indeed Damar straight away on a Quinn. Quinn puts the BKB in an attempt to finish off Crit. But I tell you what, he's not doing enough damage. He's not going to be able to kill Crit off, and now with the curse set up there, they can just turn and take Quinn down instead.
What a bait.
It just took them a little too long to try for that kill. Quinn's out for 100. Celery and Ace will escape, but no Templar Assassin here for the upcoming defense with his buyback still on cooldown.
Did he have a greater healing Lotus on Crit as well, too? Because he healed up a lot afterwards. Let me see which one it was. I mean, either way, he headbanded them, Yules them, Force Staff. He did every little thing he could do to survive till Snake got there. And
yeah.
He does survive long enough.
Maybe if they'd sort of got the initial Bushwhack catch onto him, they might have been able to kill him quick enough, but wasn't the case. He gets away, and yeah, Quinn has to very much overcommit to try and take him down.
And now they don't have to wait for that Roche. Now they can just push the issue.
There's no TA. Crit in with a vision setup, preparing himself for future potential tossbacks.
Cliff. It's back up, Skeeter.
Skeeter's in.
Gets rooted.
Fortification coming to an end. The tower's gone. Barracks exposed. So if they can go for more here, they can swing around towards the mid.
They will. They're using all this time that Quinn's
yeah, they could take a lot here, Falcons.
Level 25's hit on Malrine also. He's gotten the broken talent.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
30 seconds. Daracho trying to get as much out of this time as possible, split pushing. But the two Raxes, these two sets are gone.
Yeah, they've got to let them fall. So they want to try for something. Ace considering going for this, but the Rax, they're going too quickly, and without Quinn, it's just not worth the risk. They've just got to wait, let these go. Maybe see if they can punish some of these TPs out, but no, they don't have the vision. They don't see Skeeter TPing away in front of them, so Falcons able to safely retreat after taking the 2 full sets of barracks.
And now it's a long Roche respawn, but they can look to set up for that if they'd like to on the side of Falcons. And oh! You get to see a Yasha Kaya also on Damar. So that cast speed, that's going to look kind of cool.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know.
And of course, started off with the Kaya Sange, disassembled it, and obviously turned the Sange into the Heaven's Halberd. And yeah, rough one, tough one. Decisions to be made if Drachon, what on earth he can buy to try and give them some sort of potential on these high ground holds. He's got the AC queued up, but of course a long way away, as he's only just managed to finish that BKB.
He has scaled up a lot in these last few moments, though. A full Mjolnir finished from the last fight, and a BKB on top, and he gets his tier 4 neutral. So starting to get some more items into play here. Falcons just waiting for that Roche, as we said, though. One of the longer spawns. Gaming?
They're going to try.
They're going to try to contest this one. This one feels a lot easier than the last one.
Oh boy.
But not easy by any means. Who can they catch? Can they find Snay?
Crits at the front. Can we get the blink off in time? Tofi looking for the setup, but the blink's out there as well from Amar.
Snay hiding in the trees. He's always going to have to save versus physical damage if they don't find him.
Trying to come in from the opposite angle here, Celery.
Trying to get vision down. He's got a ward. Got a trap as well.
Ace will get the Watcher.
Will there be some massive vacuum wall? Because that's just, it really feels that's what they need on the side of gaming.
Yep.
Not easy by any means. Also, Malrine, he found himself an Aviana Feather. Yes, there's the MKB finished up on the Enchantress, but not on the TA, not on the Wraith King. He's quite a lot tankier for the first physical as well. Oh, and he went Blink, right? So now he can actually pick and choose his target that he wants to go for these double links on the side of Malrine.
Someone's got to go in first. The Acorn shot scouts things out a little bit, but still. Crit Malrine under the cover of smoke.
Skeeter.
Quinn showing on the wave.
The base is starting to get hit from creeps.
Re-smoke up here from both sides.
Tense moments.
They've got to find this wave.
He's very far
They're
up.
going to find him potentially. He's able to get the blink off though.
Radiant's middle tower
So if he's going to charge forward, he's going to get the Gleipnir off on a crit. We'll see a Mar jump over towards Ace. Ace keeps his distance. Malrine, and the three of them actually getting vacuum walled here by Ace. The BKB is out from Malrine, and he'll immediately start to force Quinn out of the fight. Quinn, he's got the meld. There's no detection down, so Quinn's going to be fine. Malrine has to turn over towards Duracho instead, and they'll get him, but he's going to be back for round two. Snaking, he had to use the curse solo onto Celery to hold him back. Duracho's still going to fall very quickly a second time, though. Ace also cut down. As Falcons, they will not struggle to take this fight.
Nope.
Quinn on the retreat. Is there any way for him to play his way out of this? He's got the BKB TP. They got anything to stop it? They don't, so Quinn will get out of there. Gladiators, they take the risk of looking for a fight around the Roshan, and it doesn't pay off. They lose the three of them, and Falcons should get the Rosh. They'll head down to the other side of the map to finish him off.
The damage numbers really tell the tale of the fight. Nobody can really do much of anything on the side of Gladiators. It's just really like the Radiance and Mjolnir procs for the most part of Duracho doing the damage. And on the other side, Skeeter did 14,000 damage. He actually did the same amount of damage as the entire lineup of Gaimin Gladiators.
Dying. That's a big number right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can see relative to the rest of what everyone else was doing.
Because Malrine, honestly,
Skeeter.
Malrine didn't really get the best situation in that fight. Both of his links got broken almost instantly, so it really was just Skeeter cleaning house. But I guess it really is all they need. Quinn couldn't deal any damage. He's quite poor at this point in comparison to what you usually see with the TA. Not really any damage items.
That's true. Compared to the rest of his team, he's on the similar sort of level as the Hoodwink and the Ench. Of course, you know, two very high damage supports,
Yeah.
but still, as the mid TA, you know, in a perfect world, you want to be way ahead of the rest of your team in damage. And Quinn, just had a tough one. Falcons, they've made sure that they've done what it takes to shut down this TA, make this game very difficult.
Yeah, and just having the coverage of each other. You know, Snake walks in at the start of the fight, breaks everything, and then gets the blink away to reset, and then his three tanky cores just charge in for him to protect him.
Yep.
Falcons, just coordination in these team fights still ideal. 29,000 lead. Amar taunting them a little bit there with the chain.
I've got everyone back up. With this Aegis on Skeeter, they can play pretty reckless. Look to close this one up, Falcons, off the back of another successful fight.
They've got all the lanes pushing in too. Malrine even just in case shoving out bottom, so mid and bot shoved in, set up for top.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's courier has been killed.
The courier, I think, was that Quinn trying to get his demon edge? It was, so he was still about 200 gold short, but this creep wave pretty much would have given it to him, and he's bought up all the rest of it, so really wanted to spend up in order to get that.
They're smoking him. He's gonna get sent all the way to the secret shop, it feels like,
You
to try
think
to
so?
pick it up. I mean, he
Is it going to be a shopping trip?
He needs this MKB. He absolutely needs it for the next fight.
You take that over the buyback gold, because he would have buyback if he doesn't spend the 2,000 here.
I feel like he does need it.
Okay.
He doesn't do any damage without it.
All right.
I think he has to go for the rip.
I mean, it looks like he's going straight for that shop. Yep.
So they'll be able to get the MKB at these spaces for him to be able to do some damage in the fights. But look at Falcons. They're looking to close it. They're looking to jump in.
They've got the blink as well on Duracho. And there's the jump over towards Celery. Celery! Any way to get out of this one? There isn't. He's out, and that's a huge amount of their damage gone. Malrine goes in with the BKB over towards Ace. Mar jumps in with the burst. Ace, he'll have to buy back. It comes out now. Quinn forced back to the fountain. Ace jumps in. He'll get the vacuum on the Skeeter. He'll get at least two illusions out. He's diving. He's healing up, and he's killing them underneath their own fountain. Turns towards Quinn and Ace. Quinn will fall. Triple kill for Malrine, and with that, this game should be over. Duracho's got nothing more to play with here. He's trying to chase Snaking, but the cold embrace is out. 4 dead on Gaimin Gladiators. GG is called. Falcons will take this game too.
They are truly on point with their teamwork this game. From the early moves, but
3 time, ladies and gentlemen, here between Team Falcons and Gaimin Gladiators. And indeed, on this new patch, can Falcons do what they were so used to doing in the past, previous tournaments, on the previous one, get that 3-0 fold. We're looking at the drafts here. We're getting some heroes that we haven't been seeing in the majority of the game so far in this new patch. Of course, this pick for Quinn, we're going to get to see what he can do on this mid OD.
Yep.
Also interested to see what Crit is going to be able to do on the Snapfire this patch.
Yes, the Snapfire versus the Phoenix, of course. You know, this counter that we used to see time and time again in the past. To deal with the Egg. Astral right away.
They've got the setup. He's going to look to try and jump up to the high ground, but they're ready to grab him. First blood, and it's going to go the way of Quinn. He's going to be very happy with that.
This time he gets the first blood. I think it was Tofu who got the first blood the last 2 games, right? So we'll be able to snag that one for him. And in a matchup, that does... I mean, we'll see how that one ends up going nowadays, because in the past, you know, the OD versus that Timber can always be very nice in lane and in game. And this does look like it is the best shot for Gaming this time around. They've got much better answers for these last picks of Falcons, but will it make a difference? We'll have to see, because Falcons, they've been so good at their rotations. They've been so good at just enabling Malrine anyway.
Yeah. I mean, on the side of Gaming as well, in terms of what we can expect, like especially from sort of the support positions, do you have more hope for them this match when you consider what they're playing? Is there more potential for them to have bigger impact?
I mean, they had potential in the last game also with their heroes. I just think they just got out-rotated, they got outplayed. I think Falcons is playing much better, at least in these early games in the last few games. So I think they just, it's stupid to say, but play better, right? They need to just make the movements, they need to help Quinn. Yeah, these heroes can move.
Yep.
And I'm wondering how the matchup now versus the Snap versus Phoenix thing, now that we thankfully have a Pounce too, is will the miss rate matter versus this little Shredder and stuff like
sure,
that?
because it's 1 out of 4 hits or something. What's going on with this Snapfire? Give us a breakdown.
What do you mean?
You're talking about obviously the Phoenix applying the miss.
The Phoenix applying
low.
the chance, yeah. The other one doesn't matter. You don't miss. You glance.
True. It's less damage, but yeah,
Yes.
it's still a hit, so it's still going to contribute towards the hit count of the Supernova.
But it could make a difference. Yep. You know, if he misses one of these shots, you know, it could matter. Accelerate, the blood grenade's out. Ugh, they got him.
Easy kill there for 2 of them.
Yeah, with Cookie also. Yeah. Not an ability you usually want to have in the lane at the start, but makes it work, is able to get that trade. Good stats, of course, Universal Hero trading with Phoenix, even though Phoenix is Universal as well. Was able to close that gap. And this time around, overall, Duracho, he's not playing versus Timbersaw when he's playing a Wraith King, so it feels like a much better matchup in lane and in game for him. Yes, he's playing versus Timber in game, but in the lane, he should be able to get a lot more, because he was just getting chunked every time he walked up from Amar.
Does it sort of surprise you how much Wraith King we are seeing teams bring out in this new patch, when you kind of consider the changes to the carries and the carry options that are available in the pool? You know, why are a lot of teams wanting to stick with the Wraith King in 7-3-6?
I did get some cool, I mean, massive buffs, right? You literally are live for 3 seconds after you die every single time, and you get some like things that literally upgrade that. So the hero's gotten some nice changes, and it has alternative routes where you don't have to go skeletons versus something like Axe. Although sometimes we do look and we're like, man, it would be really nice if you had skeletons to catch up in some of these games. These teams always pick the counters to not let you really go skeletons. And Duracho just likes it, right? He does just like this hero. And a lot of carries were taken out, although he did lead with it pretty early.
And so in this mid-match, what do we sort of expect the outcome to be? Is this one where Quinn on the OD can sort of get more out of the lane than Malrine, or does it end pretty even between these 2 heroes?
I haven't seen it since the changes, to be quite honest with you. To either change, to the OD buffs and changes, and to the Timbersaw not being universal anymore, but feels like Quinn should be able to pull a little ahead, but so far in the lane, Malrine CSing very well, and he's got a big wave coming under him, so. See if it gets worse as the levels come out, because that's the other thing too we always have to mention. OD, first 3 levels, usually you can't bully. It's once you start getting like the 4 and the 5, the more points in Astral. So we shall see.
Up, very nice little cookie into the Berserker's call. Duracho ticking down low to the Battle Hunger. Can they dive in for him? Duracho's going to turn back around.
Oh, and he gets
goodness, and he's dead.
Big scatter blast. Well, still not the easiest lane for him, even though he's not versus Timber. Really good catch there from Crit and Amar. Double bracers are up already for Amar.
I mean, they can keep doing this, I feel like, on this top lane. They can absolutely run at the Wraith King and burst through him.
The real nice thing really is that Axe doesn't have to only rely on attacks, right? So you don't have to worry about the attack slow, don't have to worry about the miss chance. You just get your counter helix procs and your Battle Hunger to do the deeps. So that's actually pretty cool. Quite a bit of burst damage up there.
So far in the mid, pretty much even here.
See if that level 4 and 5 makes the difference. But yeah, so far, Maureen handling himself. Bottom, haven't gotten to talk about this one so much. Skeeter very strong at this gyrocopter that we've seen. This used to be a bit of a counter pick, though. A lot of people did love playing the Centaur versus Gyro because you just have like a 30 base damage advantage over him. I think we've been talking about that one for like 4 years. That one hasn't changed as much, but Gyro's gotten significant buffs throughout this patch, too. And he does have a CM behind him, which is one of the better supports to secure the lane. So far, a little slow down on the jump. Dyrachyo,
It's just still really good damage coming out from Crit and Amar with these combos.
Oh, man.
It's not easy for Dyrachyo to lane into.
Can't make any slip-ups. Can't step up too far at all versus these two. Did he catch him? He did.
Did.
That range on the blast. Dyrachyo is just staying pretty much in kill threat at all moments. To be very careful how he steps up. Crit is just always waiting in the wings.
He's gonna be ready with one more combo. I mean,
Look
you
at the
see it.
damage.
Look at him. Sets up for the call. I mean, Dyrachyo, he's dead.
again. All right, maybe this is just as hard as the Timber.
I mean, yeah, the way that they're playing this lane, Amar and Crit, it's looking pretty nasty. I
And
mean,
look at
Crit
him juking.
is still alive. They couldn't quite hit him with that Spirits. Maybe Stellar can get him with the next one.
Can't see him.
Oh, he doesn't quite know where he's gone. Crit, he's perfectly fine. He's able to escape. They even dropped a scan to try and find him, and the struggles continue for Dyrachyo on this top lane. They're killing him off time and time again.
This is cool how you can do the combo.
Yeah.
You know, in the past, it's always the cookie leading into the scatter blast and stuff like that. Now he's scatter blast to set up the cookie because you get this crazy long range of the slow. Maureen CSing very well, does get pushed off the lane. Quinn starting to secure a bit more of these denies, and he is going to hit 6. We'll see this mana allergy and stuff come into play as well on top of his Astrals. His Sanity will also have it. And Quinn just sitting at absolutely full HP because throws the Astral onto him. Anytime Maureen casts a spell, he gets health as well.
Bottom lane. Oh,
Ace. He got the cliff, but Ace.
I mean, Mauri's gonna have him. That's a successful move. Same time over in the mid, Quinn will drop the hammer onto Crit.
I think we see Maureen do this more than any other player. He's like, oh, my mid lane is a little bit difficult. I'm just going to make a quick move to a side lane, try to get a kill, and then I'll go back to try to reestablish my lane. It's some cool stuff. But now, we do see Gaming making the move onto Maureen as well. Quinn, Arcane Rune with Tofu. Quinn just
Quite
fights
enough
against it.
damage with these two to kill him.
Yeah, no ulti available, so we'll just annoy him. Top CS, even though the Wraith King has died a couple times, re-establishing at least on the last hits. 35 and 7 to the 25 and 4. Dyrachyo, even with the deaths, top 2 net worth. Maybe not as bad as the Timber, but still some cool pressure plays that we were able to see from Falcons. It's Tofu in position. Should be able to do a 1-for-1 exchange. All things balanced.
Do you think we'll get to sort of see much movement from Crit, or will he continue to just stay focused on putting the pressure onto Dyrachyo in this lane?
I thought that he was going to just stay top a lot more, just to enable Amar, like the panel was saying, just ensure that he has this really good game. Because Maureen, until he's 6, even when he is 6, it's difficult for them to threaten kills on Quinn, but he can stop the push. So he is able to at least get rid of that catapult. Doesn't get the last hit on any of the creeps there. A little unfortunate for him. Dyrachyo.
Gonna try again with a combo. Setup, but there's gonna be time for TPs to come in, and at this point the burst not quite enough to really threaten Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo still with half his HP to play with.
Here comes that Skeeter rotation, though.
Well, they'll be ready to dive the tower. And
Every
with a
game.
rocket barrage tearing through Dyrachyo, he's gone. Celery is going to try and stun Ray away, but Maureen's in with a rotation as well. They get both.
I swear, it's 7 to 10 minutes or something. Like, they always just have, it's like 5 heroes just appear. Seems like it catches Gaimin Gladiators again off guard. Skeeter will go right back down to bottom. And now they slow down Dyrachyo again. I mean, that's the 3rd death already up here. Even though he was catching it back up in the CS, they shut him right back down.
I mean, they're looking for Crit. They should have him here. Has to cookie over to try and stun them, but Milk claiming that was a Quinn's opening to this game. Definitely the best one that he's had so far this series. He's 3-0-0.
All 3 kills on Crit as well. All the deaths right now for the side of Falcons, they are Crit.
It's just going to be a question of how much can an OD sort of take over the game.
Absolutely.
After having a good start. How strong is this hero right now? We'll get to see
We will.
in the hands of Quinn.
That pure damage is always going to be great versus these tanky boys, right?
They're going to see if they can try and cut off the escape of Amar. Should have a pretty good chance at this. As Amar caught by the Astral, there's not going to be any backup coming in for him, so Gaimin Gladiators will be able to set up, take down another, as these movements from Quinn now starting to be very productive, straight back to the mid lane as well. Quinn makes sure to keep his farm ahead.
And he's got a TP rotation.
He's also got the ult ready to drop if they feel that they can bring Mallory down low enough to get the burst on him. Great interruption there from Tofu. Do they need to even drop the hammer? They will to make sure. Quinn gets another 5-0-0 after 2 tough openings, tough games from Quinn. He's hitting back hard here in this game 3.
And this time they're playing around him. I think like last 2 games, I didn't see Tofu as much around the mid in the first 10 minutes. Now he's just sitting with him. Ace.
And they look to dive in on towards him, but got the Stampede. He's actually going to use it aggressively to turn back in and try and set up. Buy time for the team to TP over Dratcho. The
He's
Brave
taking
Fire
a
Blast
ton of
over towards
damage.
Snake King. But indeed, he may lose sort of the 1 life here for it. Of course, holding on to the point for now. Now he's going to be ready to pop it. So look to chase down Snake King. 3 in the Carnation.
Frostbite.
Can he finish off either of these 2 kills? Frostbite's going to be there to hold him back. And
Skeeter's cleaned it up.
Fight back with a Rocket Barrage. There'll be a stolen Frozen Field coming out from Tofu. Bringing both Skeeter and Crit low, and it's going to get him the double.
Okay, nice steal. That steal was clutch. If he doesn't get that, he probably doesn't get the cleanup kills there.
I don't think so. I think Falcons would have managed to get out. So Tofu able to make sure that there's a trade of sorts going on.
Daracha, I mean, dead again.
Radiant's middle tower is
That's
under attack.
4 now for the Wraith King. And Malrine, he will see the stack that they did make, and he just steals that one away. I think it was that a double or triple stack that this Timber just farmed, so. Top 3 core, or 3 of the core net worths at the top here for this side of Falcons, but Quinn, a nice separation.
He's still leading the way.
Yep, and he's got Witchblade, so damage, he deals a ton of it. As long as he's able to get the attacks off. If they can get on top of him, they still do have ways to control
They want to see what they can find here. Falcons, as the smoke comes out, ready to get Skeeter involved. You know, Skeeter wants to play very active here on the carry, Gyro.
With that max barrage, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
that afterburner.
I mean, Stampede's going to be back up in about 10 seconds, so Ace very close to having that to save himself.
And Blade Mail can do some good work in this game.
It
versus Gyro.
might not be an easy kill to go for. They know there's a lack of TPs obviously coming after the last play.
Look at
1
this.
second until the Stampede. Can he get it off? He cannot.
Whoa. Gets him down, at least Skeeter down to a quarter HP, but the dives again and again. Falcons, these moves, 10 to 8.
Yep, and it's sort of giving
Radiant's
space and
middle
time as
tower
well
is
for
under
Amar. As you see, he's now got the Blink Dagger finished up.
Oh, that's actually really nice. Rather than going for that Blade Mail, we've seen a lot of players get this and then not able to make moves on axes.
But Quinn,
It's not Blink finished.
when it's over, they're going to find Crit. This should be a quick and easy kill. Crit, they'll be able to jump away, but the damage from Quinn ticks him down. Quinn's got the Sanity's Eclipse ready to drop again in a couple of seconds. See if he can get a further grab. He's got his eyes on Snake King. Cookie to help him close the gap.
Oh, he's playing along the tree line. And he'll be okay.
Does have backup as well. Amar in the neighborhood if they want to try for a fight, but it's a bit risky. They know that Gaimin Gladiators have got the numbers here, so Falcons will be careful.
Radiant's bottom
Amar always
tower
has to be
is
cautious
under
of where the
attack.
OD is, just for those saves as well. Snay, he's thinking about stepping up for something. It's pushed away from the Centaur. Here comes the move, though.
See what Amar can
Wrap around.
find.
They've got Snap Kisses.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're starting to separate away from Quinn. He also backs up at a good
Yeah,
time.
Gladiators know something's up.
Yeah, they're like, what's going on here? Amar thinking about it.
He might still go for it, and he's
gets
able to
two.
do so. Gets him with a 2-man call, gets the jump onto Tofu, onto Quinn. Quinn able to keep his distance, but the kisses are coming in. Quinn's got to back off.
Ace dead again. So much damage, and Quinn.
I mean, Dratcho's TP'd in
Malrine
aggressively for
gets
this
him.
fight. I mean, Dratcho wants to try and make this fight happen, but they're pretty much lost the majority of them. The Supernova will be successful off to the side.
Duracchio's low.
He's still getting teased around with by the 3 of them.
He's going
Celery,
down.
There's not much he can do to keep Duracho safe, as indeed Duracho dead again. Turning up to these fights, not able to live. Malrine, he survives, cuts
my
across,
God.
finishes off Celery. Falcons get away with it.
What a jump from Amar. Patience from Amar, really. Gets the two-man catch.
He's ready to dive past these tier 1s.
Oh, wow. And Malrine, what a play to reset, get out of the fight, and then find Quinn to finish him off.
Indeed, it looked like Quinn was going to get out of there, but a beautiful angle from the timber chain of Malrine allows it to cut up there across the lane.
Dude, Dyrachyo just keeps dying every time he shows up.
It's, 1, 5, and 6. It's definitely hurting his progress towards that Radiance after the armlet. A lot of attempts to try and help the team out, but it's always kind of come at a time where there was no help that could save the team.
The OD may be farming well, but at this point now, the Timber is matched in farm with him. And you're starting to fall behind on your other cores. Falcons just playing fast, making these really nice moves. 27 kills in 14 minutes already.
Goodness, I mean, and it may just be a 2K gold lead at the moment for Falcons, but if the other games are anything to go by, we know how quickly that lead blows up when Falcons are in sort of charge of the state of the game.
Especially if Dyrachyo has to go back for something like a Radiance, that means he's definitely not going to get involved at all with this team. And now we have seen Quinn go down the once, a big kill streak going the way of Malrine.
Quinn's going to have to carry pretty hard.
He is. But he still is farmed. We're just seeing Falcons just ahead of the moves, just making these just cleaner ones. Time and time again. Ace again shows top.
They've got the opening with the Frostbite. I mean, they barely even needed Amar.
Wow.
Snaking and Malrine pretty much did that on their own there with the damage coming out from the freezing field.
Malrine's like, or Amar's like, yo, let me dunk, man. He didn't even get the chance.
Is under attack.
Insane burst. Malrine hitting his stride. Kaya's done, and the Eternal Shroud is almost online as well. Have to give a lot of credit, of course, to those movements, but I mean, these support movements too, like snaking, these little frostbites and stuff seems to be setting up most of these kills for them too. Seems like they always have these numbers. Gaimin want to strike back. It's just a little crystal nade. But a good steal at the least for Tofu.
Yeah, we got the Frostbite. There, Quinn. It's pretty much just they've got to try and get just everything on Quinn. Give him all the kills, give him everything.
They see him.
20 seconds until Reincarnation's up. And you see how quickly they take him down. I mean, Quinn's going to head over. The TPs have come in. Can they get something in return in Gaimin Gladiators? The Astral to hold back one hit from Quinn. They're going to turn their attention over towards Crit, but Mari's just straight back in with a burst over towards Quinn. To force-staff himself back to safety. The kisses start to come through. He drops the Sanity's Eclipse to finish off Crit. Further TPs to come into play here. Jump off from Amar, though. He gets the two of them with a call. Quinn's dead. I mean, Tofu will turn burst down Amar, but Celery, has he got any way out of this one? He hasn't.
Dire's middle tower is under
I mean, each and every time, Amar, very selfless with his plays. He goes in, knows that he's almost certainly going to die, but he absolutely gets the job done each and every time with these calls. He keeps setting up his team for success.
They're so good at taking these fights and knowing who to sacrifice as well too. Like Crit, the supports keep dying, but the cores keep getting cleanup. Yeah, Amar dies as well too, but they're forcing a lot of spells. Quinn has to walk back in to use a spell because of Crit doing this, which causes him to get killed from the jump in from Amar afterwards.
Yeah, and just when they felt that they may be safe, there it is. Amar with the lockdown. And just allows for the cleanup. Celery not able to get in position to do anything, even though he had the Supernova at the ready, but unlikely to have a chance to really use it to its full effect in that sort of team fight. And now back over to the mid. Falcons, they're back on with the pressure. They'll take this tier 1 tower.
And look at the farm on the course. They are continuing to get massive amount of farm while also making the plays. And the supports too, even though they're dying a couple times. I mean, Snaking and Crit always do this, right? They die, but they still are always finding a ton of farm on the map. Jesus, playing so fast. Gaimin Gladiators, it feels like they don't know how to slow down this momentum that's coming on.
Now, it's speeding up, and it's really looking like we've seen this story already 2 times before today. Game 1 and Game 2 from Falcons.
And Skitter almost has an Aghanim's already finished up too, so he is growing a ton in this damage potential, while Dyrachyo, 6 deaths on him. His Radiance is so far away.
I'd gladly hit something.
Falcons, they'll stick around, look for the tier 2 pressure.
So 10 of the kills on the side of Gaimin Gladiators are on Crit and Snaking.
is under attack.
It's wild stuff. They just know exactly how to distribute and how to just bait them to be able to go for these supports. And they're still high level. Snake level 10, of course. Gaimin need this blink on the Ace in particular, at least to try to make some aggressive moves, but so much has been halted from them that it feels difficult for them to fight back now at this point versus Falcons, who's Feels like they've got most of their items that they need at this point. Maureen, Shroud's done. Crit also buying his shard. This shard got some love. I actually like this Snapfire one quite a bit. Gets the heal that used to be inside the talent now, so 200 extra heal versus these tanky boys.
Radiant's middle tower is being denied.
6k lead. And the gyro with an Aghanims, it's just going to accelerate that much more. In comparison, especially to Dyrachyo. See what Gaimin looks to do now with the blink on Ace. They have so much defensive vision, but it hasn't helped them in these last moments anyway.
It does feel like they have to sort of smoke up and try.
They do. It does feel like it.
Very close to 12 as well on Ace. We'll get it with this neutral camp.
Okay. And Celery is still very good level, so that's the one thing to look at too. He still does have very good damage with his max Sunray level 12. But Falcons accelerating things a bit more. Roche, it's dead before they can get there. Maureen feeling like he doesn't need that Aegis. Skeeter's taking it. Maureen almost an Aghanims.
They can push on. Tier 2, maybe even just go for the high ground. They force Gaimin Gladiators back.
They have a deep ward as well, too, up top. So if they want to play around that one, if TPs do come in from Gaming, they'll be ready for it on the side of Falcons.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gladiators, they'll settle for a trade, at least trying to get something off the map away from Falcons. Tier 1 down the bottom, finally taken. They're going to try and go for the play with the wraparound. They go through the twin gate with this smoke.
They have Chakram stolen on Tofu for only a little bit longer, though. They do need every little thing they can get right now on Gaimin.
So what sort of a jump they can get? Amar
knows.
He's going to be the one to find them first. They'll catch him with the opening. They get the telekinesis into the Fate Bolt. They'll look to burst through Amar. They'll do it. Amar's gone. There's the Stampede to reset for now. Frostbite to catch onto Ace. He's also going to have a missile heading his way, and Skeeter stepping up. Cooldown coming in, won't make the connection, but jump forward with the cookie, gets straight in on top of Ace. Ace is gone. I mean, the status eclipse is going to be dropped, but it doesn't do a whole lot at all.
They have 4 now, though. 4 versus 3. Gaming is striking back.
So the Supernova used. Does the Aegis gone?
Might pop right on time.
So what more they can find here.
It does pop right on time.
We're going to take the current, and with sort of the stun control underwards, Skeeter. Get him.
Go. They strike back.
Gaimin Gladiators with that move. They'll absolutely fight their way back into this one, taking away a bit of that lead that Falcons had, and of course that lead that Falcons have with that Aegis is knocked out of them.
Every little thing mattering. The stolen Chakram, Dyrachyo coming in from the flank, catching the side as well too, killing off the support. A beautiful fight, and honestly a godly egg there from Celery. Pops instantly as the Aegis respawns, so they have the further control. Really nice move.
See if they can keep this going though, Gaimin Gladiators. They've struggled to ever really get the lead back in their favor in this series so far. That sort of fight, that move, brings them a little closer to that dream. We'll do it again though. Radiant's now done.
They've got some good timings now. Hurricane Pike finished for Quinn, on his way to the BKB too, so definitely still many chances here for Gaimin Gladiators. Really good wraparound. And they'll back up. Good to get themselves their Tormentor as well too. Who gets the shard? It will be Ace. The 2 really nice shards that they now have picked up here. Celery having his finished from before. And also Ace now. There's Amar. He'll tip Crit because Crit bought the shard. So he'll be happy that he's able to at least claim that one. Thank you, support players.
So Gladiators, after that move, do they look to go straight away again, or what's sort of the plan, would you imagine?
They got 20 seconds till egg.
Yep.
They still need to rely on getting the initiation and the jump. You see how big those initiations can be. They can't look to fight though. Especially Tofu, he did re-steal Chakram too. Always something to point out. It is a ton of damage on this Rubik. BKB finished for Amar. And almost a BKB for Skeeter. The timings are going to be relatively similar, at least on the BKB that comes out from Quinn and one of the BKBs on the side of Falcons.
Dyer's top tower
the push going. Level 18 on him.
Radiant
Still an incredible game from this Timbersaw when he was quote-unquote counterpicked, right? 9-1. Pace slowing down a little bit.
Something that Gladiators will definitely be happy with.
A little bit
Considering how fast things got very quickly in the last two matches and how much this one was starting to ramp up once again for Falcons.
And we're blessed though. It's 21 to 19, 23 minutes. We've nearly had 2 kills a minute. And yeah, these supports scaling for sure. Celery getting a great chunk of farm here. Same thing with the Rubik. While also on the other side, Falcons, as they always do on their supports. Smoke coming out. They have one of their BKBs, right? Amar has it. No BKBs yet on the side of Gaming. Quinn still a little bit away.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And it's around a very nice power rune too. The AD.
There's Mallory, and he'll get that in the bottle.
Level 18, and he's got the blink coming, so he's got the follow-up. If Amar gets a catch.
Oh yeah, the burst, it will be there.
It definitely will. So let's see who they are able to find, and if Gaming's going to be ready to save their buddies.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Amar seems to know that Celery's down here.
I tell you what, he's found him.
He does, and that's a kill. And it's a big one. These solo kills are huge. Tons of money, tons of XP.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, supernova potential, a huge part of the fight that Gaimin Gladiators need to have a chance.
Oh my god, 1600. Okay, I didn't know it was that much XP, but oh my god, it's like a full level. Amar will take that one, doesn't have to use BKB or anything. He saw the Fire Spirit from the south and he just jumped him and found him.
Straight back to join the rest of the team. It's Falcons.
20 seconds.
The creep wave up to the tier 2. Skeeter with the BKB. Falcons, they can take these team fights for sure still.
2 BKBs and a Ags on Malrine, so essentially another form of just being semi-invulnerable for those 10 seconds. They have a ward right on top of Dyrachyo too. Let's see if they want to try to make anything with that. They also have a ward on Ace. Wow, these are some sneaky wards. Amar?
I mean, he's looking for the opening.
He's in. He's going to try to cancel this
on
TP.
Dyrachyo. Are they going to bring any sort of TPs in on this, or are they just going to let him die twice? The TPs now start to come through. They've killed him off the once. The lift up here. Ceases to hold back them for now, but still, Malrine, he'll close on to Dyrachyo. The Stampede's there will allow Dyrachyo to get back to the safety of the base. They'll save their carry.
That was scary for a second, though. So much information that Falcons had with that top ward as well. They tried to go for the jump, but yeah, thankfully for Dyrachyo, he gets himself away. He's got a blink now to be able to jump too. So opts away from having his BKB, which we'll see if that pays off for the Wraith King.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Much more aggressive kind of play style, but definitely going to hurt if he does get jumped on at all by Malrine.
Dire's bottom tower
Celery.
is under attack.
Amar, he's going to look for the blink and he's going to be able to find it.
No way.
He doesn't miss with these jumps, Amar.
That was sick. I mean, they saw him with the ward in the river for a second there, but then afterwards, it just... Wow.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
They're looking to see if they can even find some more up here. I mean, Ace.
Trying to play around. I mean, they have a lot of vision on the map right now. They even have that cliff ward bottom too, so they see it. 3 heroes right now.
Gladiators, though, he's set to prepare for this. At the same time, you know, you can only be so prepared against Amar's axe. Even if you know he's coming for you, he seems to be getting you anyway.
I'm really wondering if... I mean, they need the triple BKBs on the side of Gaming to fight versus all this magic damage at this point, it feels like. And yeah, Dyrachyo's is going to be very far because he went for the blink.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See what he can make with the blink. It's Quinn, he's got his BKB. Malrine, level 20's hit. Magic resistant talent
Dire's
on top of the
tower
Eternal
is
Shroud.
under attack.
Much tankier. And yeah, this deep vision really massive. Like, vision is so important in these type of games when you are the aggressors, the ones with the advantage, just to keep them down. And another blink. So crit, this blink, you know, it's all about positioning to be able to kill the Ag in particular, right? So we'll be able to just jump in and go for it if he does see an opportunity. A smoke's coming out, so Gaming looking to strike back. Blink is finished up on Ace, or BKB finished on Ace, sorry. So should be able to jump and survive, unlike the last few times that we've seen. But Dyrachyo, fragile, has to find supports. And has to avoid the Timber in particular on this Wraith King.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I split a little bit from the team. Okay, so he's blinked straight back over. Wants to reconnect with them. Dyrachyo.
Another power rune. Malrine with the haste.
They're ready to take this, Falcons. There. Got Amar leading the way.
They're pinging top because that Roche is soon to spawn. They know it's either up or respawning soon, so they're looking for the fight.
Marine TP's over.
Duracho shows himself.
They want to try and burst through him twice. They're going to try. Mars in with the jump. Gets the call off. They've got the Chakran to follow up as well. That's the first life gone. Same time, Marine's ready to continue to just chase over towards the backline. If they link out for Duracho, Amar, he's going to look to maybe set up to go in again, see what sort of angle he can find. Ace puts the BKB, heads over towards Amar, but won't quite be able to close the gap upon him. Over to the side, Marine getting focused by Quinn. The Sanity's Eclipse comes down.
He's alive.
It's not enough to kill him. Marine gets away from the Sanities and the Supernova. He'll survive.
That's everything from Gaimin Gladiators used. They need to back away. That means for the Roche, it's gonna spawn in about 20 seconds. Falcons, they can look to either go for the fight or just go for that Roche. Roche is probably the safer choice, but they did have a word that was scouting gaming. It just despawned. That one, yeah, it just went away.
Radiance is done.
Well, he had it done. He did. He
did the disassemble.
yeah, he was.
He's messing around.
Yeah. But yeah, no, all spells used. They couldn't get anything to clean up. Malrine too tanky. Now they'll just get this Roche for free. Aegis and a cheese. Malrine already shown that he's tanky enough to live the first round of everything. Throw a cheese on him. May not have the damage to bring this Timber down. Can feel the pressure that Gaming's under.
They're holding on better than they did in
holding
game
on
1 and
better.
game 2, though. That's something.
Definitely true.
Whether it's going to be enough to allow them to turn this game, though, it's quite another question to ask. 30 minutes in, Falcons. Disadvantage now with the Aegis of Cheese. Ready to look for more Amar.
Oh my god, Tofu.
But he's lucky that he TP'd there and didn't walk up the lane. Even just a little bit, Amar would have caught him.
Good awareness.
Stand outside of the base, Gaimin Gladiators, and yeah, there we go. So the nullifier,
The disassemble.
disassemble.
Wants to have this way to be able to focus on Malrine, right? The reactive armor, I think I saw the Yules before to pop it, but they need a way to remove it instantly to go for a focus kill. Still a tall ask. But maybe this catches Malrine off guard. Okay, I'm just kidding. They literally just passed the cheese back over to him. Maybe they did scout it. They had it on Amar for a second. They're gaming, looking to play around their vision.
Falcons just not really walking into gaming the way that gaming would hope with the setup that they were going for on this high ground.
No, not falling into the trap. And this game slowed down so much. It was 29-19 like 10 minutes ago. It's 23-19. Methodical play.
Wait, how did that... You said it was 29-19.
21-19.
Was that what they lost 6 kills?
Ah, shut up. 21-19.
The nerf the Falcons need just to take away some of their kills.
2 kills only
Yeah.
in the last like 10 minutes.
No, yeah.
So
That is right. Going for that AC Quint. I mean, do they want to make a smoke play, or is it just wait it out? Just
tough.
don't get caught, don't get picked off.
they want to play around their vision so they can get an ideal jump.
Yeah.
I think them smoking into the other team feels very complicated at this point.
A lot of sustain now, Falcons. We've got the Bloodstone on
There.
Mar, the Satanic on Skeeter.
I mean, they're smoked. Crit shows himself for a second.
This is risky.
Skeeter is deep and a bit split, but they're scared of him.
The missile heading over the way of Quinn. Now he's sort of just standing between Skeeter and the rest of Gaimin Gladiators.
They see the Satanic and they're like, ooh, not a target we want to go for, Amar.
He was thinking about it.
Thinking about jumping in, but they're going back to their vision on Gaimin. Full BKB now for Malrine, so now he has a way to protect himself versus the Nullifier as well, too, once he's got that. So Cheese gets passed over to a teammate.
Gladiators, they seem hungry to try and take a fight around this defense.
Look at this ward. Still got a little bit of time left. Celery, he's gonna break. They see him.
Do they want to go for Ace? They're going to try for Ace. They're getting with the jump, but the Urs is going to be there straight away to send him up in the air. There'll be a defensive Astral from Quinn to try and keep Ace
The
protected.
BKB's done.
I mean, Mallory's going to
in.
turn towards Duracho. Ace stands his ground on top of Skeeter, but he doesn't have enough burst to finish him off. Quinn will come in to seal the deal and take the Aegis out of the hands of Skeeter. It's the Aegis gone. And all things considered, Gaimin Gladiators, they don't lose anyone. So not a terrible move to be made there.
Nope, had to use Sanities and the Stampede. They will be able to get themselves away. That was the BKB reveal for Malrine. They tried to nullifier focus him, and then BKB bits popped, and immediately Gaming's like, uh-oh, we got to kind of back away.
I mean, he wants to get back in on this.
He's got the Bloodstone.
He's thinking about making the jump. Of course, Duracho does have Reincarnation available. He's going to try him off. He's in. There's the jump. They get the catch. They're going to be the defensive Astral from Quinn again, coming out and keeping safe ace. He's in with the 2-mana Who Stop. He's getting everybody the connection onto Skeeter and on towards Malrine. They'll try and force Malrine to safety, but with another fire on him, he's in trouble. Quinn focuses him down. The heal's going to come out. Malrine tries to turn. He's still alive. He's going to live. He's up to the high ground. He's away. Skeeter's in on top of Quinn as Quinn is surrounded. Ace is finished off. Quinn goes down. Double kill for Skeeter.
Oh my goodness.
They somehow managed to keep Malrine alive. As Gladiators, they've lost 4 effectively as Celery had to buy back for this one. They're diving the base here, Falcons.
Holy crap.
And Amar, he's not done yet. He's looking over towards Celery. Celery crawling back towards the fountain.
Dude, Snaking used a greater healing Lotus on Malrine while he's getting chased. That's what came in, and then they pass him the cheese afterwards. He pops it, heals up. Even though he didn't have the BKB, Gaming tried their hardest with the nullifier.
They've stepped it up a little bit in this Game 3 gaming compared to what we saw in Game 1 and Game 2, but it's still seemingly not enough against Falcons.
Falcons this series just seems to have powered up to Super Saiyan levels, covering each other perfectly. Oh, what a greater healing Lotus by Snay. I was like, who did it? I was clicking on crit and Snay instantly, and yeah, it was Snay. Passed it over onto his buddy.
I mean, they were so close to killing him, Gaming. And now, losing the base, the mid-set completely cleaned up.
Skeeter now having a full Daedalus too, so his damage has massively increased. Huge win there for Falcons, up to 19,000 gold lead. No kills gotten from the side of Gaming.
Pretty much back at that sort of lead that we've been seeing from them before.
They're just so good at so good at team fighting. Like the spell casting and the way they've reset and positioned themselves to bail each other out is absolutely insane. And like Gaming, they're going for the right targets, right? Like the nullifier focus plays, just Falcon is prepared for it every time.
Tofu. See if we can get the grab onto Crit, and will manage to stop the TP out. Nice little stolen cookie.
Get another kill.
It's something.
Another kill onto a support.
Crit's out for 50 seconds. Anything else the Gaimin Gladiators can do with this, though? Malrine very close to his next item, nearly has the full Shiva's Guard.
Almost a BKB on Crit, too, so he can always just focus fire the egg if he needs to. Gaming trying to get more. They have to, it feels like, too. They're smoking while this snap.
They've got to do this. They've got to try and find something with this little bit of a very rare window, really, because Falcons not only caught in a position where one of them's out.
Amar gets the blink.
He's too quick. And they're going to still see if they can maybe chase him down, but no, it's not going to happen. Amar's already out.
Not onto the high ground, definitely not.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So quick every time. I feel like I see this happen so much from Falcons too. They break these smokes and blink away, somehow surviving. Gaming tried for the move, only can just get the snap.
Another Tormentor, another Wisdom Rune here for Falcons.
Dire's middle tower
Marino take that one, almost 25, so he's getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on. And there it is.
Get him that Wisdom.
About to have it finished. Not as potent as it used to be, of course. No second chakram. You just have it built in now for some reason, but still a very strong 25.
The Gladiators, are there any big items that they're close to? What have we got? Duracho should have his BKB.
Quinn has AC.
For the next fight.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he has coming out the courier, right?
So 2 pretty big pickups, 2 needed pickups. They need every little thing they can get for the damage.
I mean, and they're nearly at the point where Ace has got a Shiva's Guard, so they themselves are getting some of this sort of sustainability, some of these auras out.
Have to somehow get the chain control to prevent the BKB. I mean, there's so many levels of layers of things that they have to actually do to be able to focus fire some of these tanky guys. Falcons just have been ready to bail each other out perfectly, too.
Each and every time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now it's Falcons with the timing themselves. 25 hit on the Timber. And that BKB on the Snapfire, of course.
This is pretty scary as well. Gaimin Gladiators being down at this part of the map.
They might get surrounded.
Can lead them into being wrapped around on pretty hard here by the smoke movement from Falcons.
Uh-oh.
They're a bit split up as well. We'll see who Amar's going to get the jump on. Quinn, he's going to walk
right on him.
He's able to get the BKB on. Dratch is going to try and jump onto the back lines. Looks towards Crit. Crit on the retreat into the BKB, but Dratch is going to be able to stay on target and kill Crit off. Skeeter moving forward with the flat cannon. Coins is going to TP out. Can he make it away? He can. And the rest of escape. Ace also with the BKB TP. He gets out as well. Duracho, BKB TP is not going to save him. As Amarzin gets the call, gets the dunk off. They should be ready to go for round 2 as Duracho will be the one to fall. They save everyone else. You know, for how that sort of started, the fact that Gaimin Gladiators only lost Duracho, that's pretty remarkable. But obviously still not good news for Gaimin, as even when they get a trade, they're losing their carry.
Yeah. And it's very close to Quinn. He barely gets out.
He
honestly.
was very lucky to get out on the edge of that fight with the TP.
It's absurd physical damage. Skeeter was right on top of him. Same thing with Amar. They almost bring him down. And now no BKB for him.
And Marin can just start running at them.
Ace in trouble. Can't even get away.
I mean, straight away was sort of the burst from this Timber still taking Ace down to half HP, and he's got a lot of HP to burst through. This goes to show how much Marin does right now. Having a great time this game, as he has had in many this tournament, Marin.
I mean, if heroes are near trees, this 25 talent can do some insane damage. Roche back on the menu.
A time to take it.
And they're right around it.
Refresher on Amar as well. We're ready for the big double calls.
They could 100-0 whoever they call now. If they catch Quinn inside the call, he can just refresh call the second time, and that's a dead OD. Not you, Quinn.
There we go. Another Roche. Who's going to get what? Aghanims for Crip?
Sure. So much potential you can do with this one.
That's true. What sort of... Use it to sort of send Amar in?
Send Amar
Honestly,
in.
not that he's needed it. Amar's kind of like, bro, I've been getting these blinks off on my own. I don't need you to send me in.
I mean, you can save people, you can send people in. There's so many different things that you can always do with this gobble up. Further spells just from being tossed, you know, lane creeps being thrown into the fight as well.
Because one thing you can do is grief.
You can.
That's what Gaimin's hoping for right now. They're hoping that Crit's going to come in with some horrific misclick and send sort of potentially Skeeter into the middle of the fountain. Probably not going to happen.
Probably not going to happen.
But, you know, Gaimin, they need whatever they can get right now.
They do. Especially because the other thing, too, looking at like the farm of Celery in particular, I was going to look at the Phoenix. Sometimes this hero can become one of these, you know, these supports that be so strong. But there's always the Snapfire answer, number one. But also, Celery's farm has just fallen off a cliff. He's the lowest level in the game and the bottom net worth. And he was having a pretty good farm at some points, but then afterwards he just got... Yeah, things accelerate too fast. And, I mean, they haven't found much in the last 20 minutes or so on the side of gaming. It's really all been Falcons. And Falcons controlling the map here, picking up more and more items. There's the Swift Blink here for Skeeter. Can go for a Tormentor as well.
Probably just got to wait in the base here, Gaimin. Try and wait out the Sages, but...
Snake? Guys, don't kill your buddy.
Careful.
We have not had a Tormentor death in it. Have we had one in this tournament?
I don't think so.
We haven't had that many, right? People are getting much better at not killing their teammates.
I think they should buff it. Buff the Tormentor. We need to get back to pro players dying to it. It's always a good laugh.
It should do double damage to core players, IMO. Why you gotta bully the supports always? Pace defense, gaming. The lead continues to grow for Falcons.
It's such a lead, yeah, 28k.
Even Crit has surpassed the Wraith King now. Of course, the Aghanims comes into play with that one, because he was gifted one, but this net worth is starting to get pretty crazy. Almost four of the... they have four of the top five.
They're coming out to look for Celery.
Can he get away?
He's going to go for the TP outside of the map.
Duracho.
I mean, he'll try and get a... Oh, my goodness, that blink at the last moment there.
They're right on him,
Duracho gets the kill. He's going to be stampeded as well. Hey, might be able to steal a Wisdom Rune. Grab that Wisdom Rune. There we go. Okay, he'll get something out of it. He might even get Crit as well. A couple more hits. Can he get it off? The homing missiles in. BKB persists for now. Reincarnation so will be there. Can he blink out of this one, Duracho? He can't. Immediately caught by the call. He will die for this. But hey, you know, he got a kill on a support, and he was able to pick up a Wisdom Rune on the way out.
Sure.
It's something.
It's something.
Yeah, for a team that's 27k behind, you take what you can get.
Yeah, these poor supports. How many... Poor Snay. I mean, Snay only actually has 5 this game. It's not that many. Crit has 10, but these are the value deaths, as we call them, of course, from Falcons. 15 out of 22.
Deaths, of course, across the board on the side of Gaimin.
Especially for poor Duracho.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that all started very early on. He was like 1 in 7.
That's true. Those early fights definitely hurt him.
Yep. just, I mean, Maureen, right? He 12-1 somehow in this game when he's playing versus these counters. Just unbelievable stuff. These guys.
Yeah, this guy's
so good.
He's pretty insane. Consistency of his mid-level mid performances
Yeah.
just wild, and that is a career snipe and a half there. That would have been the Parasma for Quinn. It's not going to be there for 3 minutes now due to that snipe from Maureen.
Oh, that's a huge one. Amar just jumps in, tries to get a catch. No one there. The tower to fall.
Get the jump in. So he's got the Aegis here, Skidder, so even if they kill him the once, he's not going to care too much.
Just fly over it.
Wait, what? Yeah.
He flew over it, the Aviana.
Oh,
rather.
yeah.
I thought he walked right through because of the movement speed at first. Then I'm like, wait, he's floating. Okay.
Yeah, sort of what broke through because of the crazy numbers that you get on this Jara nowadays, but yeah, you're right. He's able to fly over it. There's 10 seconds until Duracio's back.
Astral, but...
This bottom rack's going down. Not quite able to get the grab onto Maureen. Mars in with the jump. He's able to get the call off on a Quinn. Quinn, can he get away from him? They'll use the Stampede. Duracio's in, jumps straight forward over towards Amar. Mars BKB about to come to an end. They're in with the stun. They've killed Amar off. Now they'll turn in for more. Look over towards Skidder. Skidder forced away, but the list there from Tofel. They'll drag him back. They'll take the Aegis out. Maureen jumps back in, but the Duracio BKB's there. Supernova's off to the side. Skidder's going to try and look towards the egg. The Snapfire comes in. Chris Staking are able to help take it down. Finish off the Supernova. The Sanity's Eclipse goes out from Quinn, but it doesn't matter. Quinn's gone. The buyback's having to come out now from Gaimin Gladiators, but Quinn, he's got no buyback available. Dive forward from Celery. Now the buyback comes out from Ace, but Duracio, he's gone. He's got a few seconds left here in this Ray form. Gets a couple of hits onto Maureen, but that's all that he has left in the tank.
Give him the rampage, he deserves it.
He's certainly looking for it. He's over towards Tofu and Ace. See the jump forward. Has he got the burst with the chakram he has? Get towards that fountain.
Get in there.
Come on.
Nah, he's not gonna. He's sensible.
He's being sensible.
Yeah.
He wants to close this up. This game, this win, it's going to give him the championship title.
He's like, I'm sure you guys missed me at the last tournament. I come in and we just 3-0 finals.
Ace
Holy moly.
and Stellary, they're going to give it one last shot to try and keep Falcons off the Ancient. Ace
Delayed
the BKB
rampage.
in the blade mail. But he's just getting... yeah, he's dead. It's over. GG! It's
wow.
cool! Ladies and gentlemen, Team Falcons, they're going to be your champions here at the DreamLeague season.